all-action thriller starring Arnold Schwarzenegger tonight, True Lies. This match in the 1999 AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by AAMI, Cadbury, Mitre 10, Ultra Tune and Sip and Save.
Welcome to Sunday afternoon football, coming to you live from Football Park in Adelaide. Yes, it is Showdown 5 between the Adelaide Crows and Port Power. What a day in the city of Adelaide. They've been talking about this for months leading up to this. They did meet in an Ansett Cup match, but that doesn't matter a thing. Now, today, it's for premiership points. Port Power coming out, and they've won 2 out of the 4 of these games, so they always give themselves a chance, Port Power, against whoever they play, even if it's against the Adelaide Crows, despite the fact that the Crows have won the last 2 premierships. The Crows will certainly go in favourites today after their 81-point win over Sydney, which was a bounce back from the defeat in Brisbane the week before. And Port Adelaide, well, they were undefeated after 3 rounds, but they lost their last 2 games. So both these teams come into this game with a record of 3 wins and 2 defeats, although the Crows will be favourites. Let's go down and meet Mark Williams, the Port Adelaide coach, who on his own takes on this big task today in coaching first Showdown game against Port Adelaide, against the Crows as coach, and here he is with Bruce Abernathy.
Thanks, Drew and Mark. Your first Showdown as senior coach, any different to being assistant?
Oh yeah, you know, you understand that the buck stops with you, and you know, you have to do a lot more preparation.
Now, apart from the game, the obvious, it's only 4 points in that. You are both 3 and 2, which suddenly you can set up a season or you're back in the ruck. Yeah,
you know, with the results over the weekend, it's really important to get a win today, and 4 and 2 would be great for us.
The last 2 weeks haven't been the Port Adelaide we've seen early in the season, the Ansett Cup and the first 3 games. Has there been something different down at training during the week to get back to that confident running style?
Yeah, look, we try to be a little bit more basic, I suppose, at training, and put in a lot more free-flowing sort of training drills rather than stop-start stuff.
Now, a new lad gets his first game, Chad Corns. Now, you played against his dad, I played against his dad. To see Chad at Port Adelaide, first of all, is he going to get a start up forward? And secondly, it just must be a great day for the young man.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get an opportunity up forward, and it's a great achievement for him. And, you know, I understand it's pretty tough being a son of someone that's been a champion footballer, so he carries that with him, and I'm sure he'll do a good job.
All right, good luck today. I know you're the underdogs, but I know you like it like that.
Great, thanks a lot.
Back to you, Drew.
Thanks, Abba. And Graham Corns is in the commentary box with us today. What a day he's going to have, and we'll meet him here in a moment.
The 1999 Coca-Cola AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by Telstra, making life easier. The McDonald's Footy Burger, the double quarter pounder with cheese, Victoria Bitter for a hard-earned thirst, and the new Mitsubishi Magna 3.5, the next generation.
Well, Graham, you coach the Crows. You've spent a lifetime hating Port Adelaide, and your son makes his debut for Port against the Crows.
No, the irony of football, but look, I just sit up here and soak in the nerves and let it flow in front of me. I think that's the only way to handle it, Drew.
Well, let's look at the tactics. And the Crows have won the flag in the last couple of years by their run from half-back.
And Peter Caven's the key there, and he's been missing in a couple of games, and they haven't had the fluent run. and therefore they haven't generated the goal-scoring opportunities. A little bit better last year, but it's fair to say Benny Hart's been in good form. But Simon Goodwin, who has missed a bit with injury, they've missed that run and the absolute penetration. You see how easy it is to kick a goal when they do that. They'll be looking to improve that because it hasn't quite been on song, even though they won by 81 points last week.
Andrew Eccles, been a wonderful acquisition, young Victorian who was drafted over here, number 2 in their disposals.
My word, looks a bit casual at times, Drew, but he's a class player, gets the ball and uses it well.
Now, the Power use the possession brand of footy.
A bit new this year. They normally go long and direct, but they've been not unhappy to share the ball out wide with the short kick and throw it around with handball. When it works, it's almost unstoppable, but in the last couple of weeks, the opposition's been able to shut them down, cause the turnover a little bit. I think they'll probably go a little bit longer today. They've just been using the ball a bit too much.
Well, it certainly worked all right there. And there is your young boy, Chad.
That's actually Matthew Bode.
Oh, so it is.
Everyone gets us mixed up, but Matty Bode would be a little bit happy. There's Chad, 35, so he was pretty toey, I suppose, leading up to the game, but you'll just have to wait and see.
All right, so we're about to go with Showdown 5. Good luck with the family today, you up here and Chad down there. And let's have a look at the history of these games between the two sides. This is the 5th showdown between Adelaide and Port Power. Showdown 1 was staged in front of more than 47,000 screaming fans. And despite a 7-goal haul by Tony Modra, the Power upstaged their more fancied opponents and won their historic first encounter by 11 points. Adelaide levelled the ledger in the 2nd showdown when they recorded a stirring come-from-behind victory. The Power led all day until the Crows hit the front with 3 minutes to go, courtesy of a Troy Bond goal. Showdown 3 and youngster Adam Kingsley displayed dazzling skills to help the Power overcome the reigning premiers in a low-scoring affair. Showdown 4 was a blowout. Adelaide thumped the Power by 74 points, with Peter Vardy in awesome form, booting 7 goals from 14 scoring shots. With the tally standing at 2-all and both sides having recorded 3 victories for season 99, the stage has been set. Join us at Football Park after the break for Showdown 5.
Here we've got 6,000 sheep and 148,000 hectares, and I'm mostly here on my own. 2 years ago I started working with a phone company, and now with a satellite telephone I can dial up to the satellites back to a bore and actually turn pumps off and on and control the water. Marvellous stuff. Now the same mob is experimenting with putting little cameras out there. Makes my life a lot easier. I can monitor boreholes from here now. It links up to the satellite, back to the tower, and turns the cameras on. Look at this, you fellas. Pump on. Sheep drink. When you look at it, this is really, really just the beginning. Just the beginning.
How can a humble spud help thousands of seriously ill children? Come to McDonald's during McHappy Month, and 10 cents from Australia's favourite large fries goes to help our small fry.
Courier this urgently, Jones. It's got to be there tomorrow.
For guaranteed next business day delivery.
Jones, courier. Spare no expense.
At a fraction of the cost of a courier, there's a range of prepaid express post envelopes and satchels.
Now, these courier costs. They're Jones' department, sir. They're down. Keep it up.
For cheaper next business day delivery with a guarantee, don't use a courier. Use express post from Australia Post.
Here's a family who wants to enhance their outdoor living area and add value to their home with a new deck and garden. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
40-tooth blade, the more teeth on the blade, the finer the cut. So the tooth.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
Oh, what's here?
Game. Cool pie.
The Great Southern Pie, the only official pie of the AFL.
Regain 2% is the only medically proven treatment for hereditary hair loss in both men and women. Used twice a day, it helps slow or stop hereditary hair loss in 8 out of 10 people. Your pharmacist will advise you whether this preparation is suitable for your condition.
Break a family tradition. Keep your hair.
What could a dog be saying to you? Find out how you can read a dog's tail. cats and 2 sunburned little pigs. And the simple cure, if Harry can catch them.
Stick with dogs and cats and everything else but pigs.
Harry's Practice.
Then, tonight at 7. Do you like fish?
Yeah.
Whether they're going fishing with Rex, thank you very much, or going head-to-head with giants, anything can happen. Do you have any pets?
Some goldfish that are dead.
Kids Speak, tonight at 7 on 7.
And welcome back to Football Park, where the crowd will be something over 45,000 here today for Showdown 5. On a perfect day for football, light breeze blowing across the ground in beautiful condition. And, well, what a day it should be. Let's go down to the boundary and our boys who are in opposite camps.
Yeah, well, it promised to be a great game, this one. The big key to watch for in the early stages, how many matchups is Mark Williams going to start with? Malcolm Blight won't start with any, just the normal defensive pattern in defence.
Feels a good feeling in the Port Adelaide rooms. The word is they're looking for someone to stand up, whether it's Brendan Lade, whether it's Warren Treadray. They need a big man to stand up, throw his weight around.
They need more than that.
And they should be fine. Kills reckons they're all right. Kills Nigel Smart.
On the bench.
What's happened?
You've got a very good team if you can put a Nigel Smart on the bench.
Back to you.
So it's on, even off the ground. And it's a chance to welcome this afternoon Doug Hawkins. On your Hawk.
G'day there, Bruce. How are you? Drew, how are you, Drew? Drew Gauzy. What a great... I keep calling you Bruce. How are you there, Drew?
Good, mate. Excellent.
Very great game. I'm going to tip straight away. I'm going for Port Adelaide. Port Power for me.
Yeah, it'd be close, I think, Doug. Interestingly, Gavin Wanganeen's gone straight on to Andrew McLeod. That will be a classic matchup, that one.
Mark Bickley won the toss for the Crows, and Adelaide will go left to right in the first quarter. Matchups will be pretty tight early, and this will be a grand final type start. Well, Lade wins the first hit out and gets it going Port's way. Chopped off by Costa. His hand pass is knocked down. It comes out towards the wing. Shows good desperation. Burgoyne crunches into him. It's Bills to Franco. His kick up short of the 50. Hands to it hard, but couldn't complete the mark. Bickley's back there. Beats a tackle. Oh, great hand pass. Magnificent hand pass out to James. Bit of a fumble by Costa. It'll be a hot footy early, but Costa was good enough. See, that hand pass was astray by Johnson. They've thrown themselves in.
Oh, I tell you what, the umpire's prepared to let it go too. There's not much love lost. Port Adelaide have had a bit of criticism, mainly from Gary Hocking in recent weeks. They're saying basically if you can put the pressure of the body on them early, you might be able to unsettle them. Maybe Adelaide's trying the same sort of tactics.
French and Pittman in ruck. Hurry ball out there by Brewer, doesn't cover any distance at all. Cleared by Caven over the centre wing, and an excellent mark is taken down there by Lade, just behind the wing. They can run it through the middle. This looks good. Mead up from centre half back. Is kicked to half forward. Treadray outnumbered. Mark got paid in front to Pittman. Play on. Brewer's hand pass to Dew. First score of the game is on line behind.
Yeah, certainly should have kicked that goal, Stuart. You had plenty of opportunity on that occasion to kick the goal. Just a couple of matchups here. Darren Jarman's been picked up by Michael Wilson. Paxman's got the job on Mark Stevens, who last week kicked 6 goals. And Darren Mead, who's playing his 50th game, has got Matthew Robert, who's playing the centre-half forward.
Nigel Smart again for the second week in a row, starting on the bench. All-Australian and runner-up in the best and fairest last year. Bassett's kick in, punched away from behind by Lade. Oh, great tackle. Kingsley pulls Bills free, but goes back into the pack. Dickey gets it out. Cockatoo Collins. Long to the goal square. Treadray the only chance. And knocked through by Bassett for another behind to the power.
Interesting too, Drew, that Brendan Lade's doing the knock-ruck work against David Pittman, and Barnaby French, who played so well in the ruck last week against Melbourne, is playing at centre-half forward.
Oh, this kick won't be touched. Oh, that's a free kick inside 50.
Jared Schofield too, he's their leading goal kicker. Didn't want to give him too many opportunities with the ball inside 50.
That was a shocker by Bassett. Schofield, who kicked 5 goals in the opening round against the Swans. Short. Oh, Frank should have taken the mark. He's got it again. Well done, George Franco. Just offline. And another behind.
Well, they started well. They were at the ball first, and they obviously want to set the tempo of this game. A couple of shots for goals that you'd think they'd normally get. And
pretty hard shot, that one, Cornsey, but over the shoulder.
Thank you, Doug.
It was a hard shot over his shoulder, Frank.
What about Nathan Bassett? His last kick went out of bounds without being touched. Might have the jitters for this one. He keeps it well away from the boundary line. Looking for Rashudo. Can't take the mark. He's under a lot of pressure. It comes back to him. Rashudo's hand pass is magnificent. Gets it up fast and they're off and running. Pittman keeps the ball low. They're inside 50 for the first time. Bond. Kingsley can't break the tackle. Spills to Robrin. The centering kick. Here's McLeod. Pressure by Wanganeen. Ball socket off the ground outside the 50. Stevens. Great pressure here. Comes to Tyson. Hand pass out. Costa. Skirts around. 49 metres. In the goal square, offline. Now, through for a behind.
What a matchup that is.
Yeah.
Troy Bond and Shane Bond. Now, how would Mr. and Mrs. Bond be watching that one? Brother against brother. Now, that doesn't happen all that often.
Grant, what do you think about Mark Rashudo, one of the best midfielders in the competition, playing on the half-back flank?
Well, he played very well there last week, Doug. His form hasn't been, as we know, Mark's can be, but he really had a good game off the half-back flank last week.
Gives him plenty of drive from there, doesn't he?
I think so.
So Shane Bond takes the kick in, goes to Lade. He puts it out in front on the wing. Dickey. Plenty of space in front. He can have another bounce if he likes. Kick by Donald Dickey. Long for Treadray. Well done, Bassett. Treadray's hand pass is intercepted and the ball's over the line.
Yeah, Nathan Bassett is surprisingly strong. He doesn't look like a huge man, but he takes front position and he presses back against the full forward. And you saw that example there when Treadray just wasn't able to take the mark because of the pressure of the body.
Top day here in Adelaide. Slight breeze left to right, but not much to speak about. Schofield was over the ball. It's a real scrap in there. Goodwin thrown to the deck. And the umpire will ball it up. Neil Curley.
Yeah, Drew, an impressive start by Port Power. They are working into a slight breeze, but the big thing is, can they keep the intensity up all day?
And often you see a team has all the play and doesn't capitalise on the scoreboard. The opposition goes down and kicks a goal quickly.
Brewer, Franco, Kingsley from wide out, across the face.
Oh, good mark.
Okay, it's a free kick. He's played against Cockatoo Collins.
Yeah, pushed his opponent out.
Yeah.
Looks like Goodwin, I think, down there, Drew.
Yeah, classy player.
He comes short into Bassett. So, 3 behinds to 1.
Nathan Bassett, he's kicking, just letting him down a little bit at the moment. Shane Brewer back after a lot of soft tissue injuries.
Kingsley. Best and fairest last year, trying to get around the man on the mark, failed to do so, and Mead, you're hits the mother son. Lade is there. Mead has to go back. Well, Kingsley didn't do it well, and they've turned the ball over. Rodgren, beautiful pass. Oh, Bond. Troy Bond in front of Shane. The kick by Bond. Stevens!
Oh. He is a revelation this week and last week. He's second on their goal-kicking list. He's got 6 for the year. He kicked them all last week. He went to full forward, and the thing about his game is that he demanded the ball. He led strongly at the right time, and when it came to his area, he hit through it. And that mark there is just a classical example of that, Dougie.
No doubt, Cornsey. And last week he played on a quality play in Andrew Dunkley, put him away in straight sets.
Who's that?
Looks like Darren Jarman might be hurt in that marking contest. He hasn't been near it yet. Stevens from 49 metres. First goal of the game.
Things are running wild at the Taylors.
We don't know anything about raising 2 girls.
Excuse me, someone in this room was a girl once.
It was years ago before the operation. I promise you wouldn't bring that up again.
Home Improvement at 7:30. Then at 8, Sally wants to get naked.
I've decided to pose for playpen.
Lucky Harry's got all the right moves.
All of a sudden, you see your boob! It makes my blood run cold. My angel is the centerfold.
Third Rock tonight after Home Improvement.
So Mark Stevens, 6 goals, 3 last week, and getting the first goal of the game today. Cruel for the Power, who have done most of the attacking. Back in the middle, Pittman over the top, and helps it up again with that gloved fist. And passing across the ground through Stevens, it goes, comes out wide. Wilson is kicked to half forward. French couldn't get to the football, comes to Costa. Spills to Cave, and round the corner he goes. Franco's been in everything early. Schofield floats one over the top to Kingsley. 70 metres from goal. Adam Kingsley in the hole in front of goal. Ooh, they wanted a crumb of their port. They've got a chance now. Treadray offline, another behind.
Oh, and Shea Cockatoo Collins puts his hands on his head, said I was clear, I wanted the handball. But a full forward or a goal-kicking player inside 25, Doug, you see the goals, you go for them, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly do, Corns. You know that about that. And the thing about Treadway, I mean, if ever going to be critical of his footballs, the way he kicks for goal, particularly from set shots, he's got to get back himself plenty of room.
Yeah, 9 goals 9 this year, or 9 goals 10 now.
So Goodwin kicking in. Maybe Bassett's been sacked.
Well, Simon Goodwin is a very good kick.
Straight up the centre, nowhere near the boundary line. It could be a dangerous part of the ground if Port get it. Will they get it through a free kick? Brendan Lade takes it, keeps it low on the bounce to Cockatoo Collins. Actually, he's doing the shepherding and clearing a path for his teammate. Over the shoulder, says the umpire, against Cockatoo Collins.
Yeah, so he's been unlucky. He wanted to protect his teammate. Both of them looked to shepherd, actually, and neither of them realised the ball was there to contest.
So Hart to take the free, still in the back pocket. Pittman and Lade. Good punch by Lade from behind. Comes to Rasciuto, leading possession winner last week. Takes it all the way to the line. He was fantastic last week with 30 touches.
Just trying to work out a couple of midfield matchups here. Looks like Schofield and Johnson are going together. Burgoyne's playing forward, picked up by Bickley, and Kingsley and Costa going neck to neck.
Pittman gets rid of his opponent. Franco's been in everything. And pass to Dickey. This looks good. The Dew. Mark this one down for a goal. It's home.
Well, they're sharing the ball around. And getting on the end of it, Stuart Dew, he's still only a young man, like 19 and a half years age, but Franco with his leg power and ability to break through, Donald Dickey with quick hands, and Stuart Dew on that left leg, he penetrates and he's accurate. It's the reply that Port Adelaide wanted.
Good player during Corns. I mean, he can go forward and can play back, and the good thing about him, he can kick the ball very, very long.
Oh, his kicking is exceptional, Doug. And Mark Rasciuto's probably going to have his hands full.
Back in the middle, going Adelaide's way. Pittman tries to follow up with it. In tough there was Burgoyne. Oh, they've turned it over now. Towards full forward. Oh, Wilson, where Angels fear to tread.
Well, that's the Port Adelaide tradition. They like to see them hit in hard. And he made the contest fiercely. Big Matthew Golding waiting to come on.
Robrin. Lade got a fist to it. They haven't cleared the area yet. Look out, here's trouble. McLeod!
Well, here it is. The next generation Magna.
Impressive.
There's more drive ahead and legroom than Falcon. And plenty of space for the whole family. And the new 3.5-litre V6 generates the same power as the Commodore's 3.8. So, technology, security, space, and power. When you think about it, choosing any other family car would be, illogical.
New Magna 3.5, the next generation, is Mitsubishi.
Andrew McLeod gets the Crows second, and they lead by 3 points. Good jump by Lade. Eccles going through the centre circle. And just on the ground is Golden, and they're off and running again. McLeod, the goal kicker. He's happy to go backwards, so he can go forwards. And look at the penetration of the kick. Bowled over by Burgoyne after he disposed. Relay free.
Yes, but he didn't have to do it. The enthusiasm of the young man. He just wanted to make his presence felt when he actually got there, but he was seconds late. Andrew McLeod just makes him look a little bit silly. He's chased him well, but didn't stop when he should have.
McLeod just conned him, I reckon, there, Graham. I think his last 2 steps, he sort of slowed down to get him a chance to kick the ball correctly, which forced Burgoyne to keep coming at him.
So Troy Bond, with his brother standing the mark, trying to goal from outside 50. Not quite. Bit of a hook on that and a behind.
Yes, well, he's normally a very good kick, and with that breeze slightly over his right-hand shoulder, it was worth a go.
Yeah, I wonder what sort of breeze it is. Maybe a 2 or 3 goal breeze. They seem to struggle going into the wind there, Graham, the Port Adelaide side.
Yeah, but the flags and the windsock.
Yeah.
That's...
what about reaction to the boys down there? Cornsey,
Curls.
Curls.
Yes, boys.
What's the wind like, mate? 2 or 3 goals down there?
I'd say a couple, but it's strange with this ground. It's a bit like the MCG, Hawk. You can work into it.
So Pittman off the ground after about 11 or 12 minutes for Golding, the youngster. And here he is in the action. Costa, double teamed and thrown to the ground.
Yeah, it was a good shot of the endeavour. Kimmy Costa is an at-it player. The Port Adelaide players gang tackled him. They weren't going to let him get away with it.
Ball thrown up on the logo. Well, that's against you, French.
Barnaby, a bit over-ambitious, I think, Barney.
Golding, his first game last week. He kicks towards the 50. Robin in the chop. Huge pack gathers. Bit of a fumble by Costa. Now he lines up the goals and puts it to the goal square. Jarman came from nowhere. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Stevens.
Yes, and unlike Darren Jarman, you'd normally expect him to gobble those. Just lost it somehow, while the Bond boys were struggling in the background.
So in the forward pocket for the Crows. Bond and Bond.
Tell you what, Grant, it's a big job for Michael Wilson. He played a lot of football, particularly up in the midfield. Now he's going to play deep in the back line. I mean, he makes a couple of mistakes. Jarman will absolutely make him cop it.
He's the sort of player that matches up well on Darren Jarman, though, a half-back flank type.
Lade takes clean possession. Burgoyne away to Mead. And the power can run it out. Nobody coming to Darren Mead. Has the luxury of a bounce. Good kick to Schofield on centre wing. Abba?
Yeah, Michael Wilson, I think of Darren Jarman, the last showdown last year, and D. Jarman, just a bit too much experience in that game, but it's easy when you turn in front.
Pocket to Collins, good mark. Off to Kingsley. Out in front of goals. French gets back there, makes a contest of it, forces the mistake. Dew is there. Well done, Stewie Dew. He was on the ground and just flipped the ball out. And now the umpire will have to ball it up.
When Kingsley sprinting through the 50-metre area, there was no presence at full forward. They're just playing too far away from goal. Cockatoo Collins is playing at full forward, and he and Treadray both moving too far up the ground.
Rose by 4 points, but Port in attack. Kingsley can't hook it back. Out on the full.
What happens there, I think, Graham, when Cockatoo Collins comes up the ground and Warren Treadray, looks like Barnaby French is playing centre-half forward. He's got to push back. On that occasion, he got caught in centre-half forward. He should have got back into that goal square and gave Kingsley a chance to someone to kick to.
Come in short.
And Cloud's actually started in the forward pocket. He's having a run on the ball now. He's changed with Kane Johnson.
So Andrew McLeod. Medalists both times in their premiership. Just short of the wing. Punch to the front. Tyson tries to rope it, but the ball's out of bounds. Abba?
You mentioned Kane Johnson going back to arrest Andrew McLeod on the ball. That leaves Gavin Wanganeen back there. I think it would frustrate Gavin just sitting back there watching Andrew McLeod up there, because I'm sure he'd relish the challenge of running with him all day.
And I think the Crows match committee will be pretty happy to get Gavin Wanganeen in the back pocket rather than across half back.
Lane doing well. That ball was a cruel bounce for Franco. Costa gets back. Caven. And Caven takes it to the line.
Yeah, no doubt, Graham. Gavin Wanganeen certainly back deep in the back line. Lacks that drive, which certainly has been given Port Adelaide side, particularly early in the season.
If we can get a shot of him, you can see he's wanting to get out there.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to stay there.
Clean possession by Treadray. His hand pass was blocked. Then he knocks the ball up the ground. Franco's had 5 touches early. Great skills by Burgoyne. Then he fumbles the kick inside the 50. Prosciutto. Boot to ball. That's okay. It sits up nicely. James into Hart. Hart's kick. Beautiful. Johnson. Hart kept going. Jarman in front. Just a little bit too high for him. At the back, Paxman lets the hand pass away. Stevens. Nick Stevens out of defence, but he was just pulled off by the other Stevens. Driven forward to full forward. Bond against Bond. What a highlight. And the ball out of play.
That was a classic example of the full forward working and fighting to keep the ball in the area. Mark Stevens against young Nick Stevens. Young Stevens should have been able to run away from him, but the desperation to tackle, pull him off balance, gave Adelaide another opportunity to attack. Tremendous stuff by Mark Stevens.
Chance for the Crows here. Robert!
Hi, Kath. How are you? What? Really? Oh, now you have to tell me what happened. And then he said what?
Want a whole night's entertainment for $3? With Telstra STD, you'll pay no more than $3 a call to anywhere in Australia between 7 p.m. and midnight, Monday to Friday, all year round.
Hang on, Kath. Someone's at the door.
Well, Port have had a lot of the play, but it's 5 scoring shots each, but a 10-point lead to the Crows. Adelaide flipped the ball forward in the middle, get it clear. Stevens here against Bickley. Bickley with strength, upper body strength, got rid of him. To Costa. Oh, great stuff, Wilson. Head-on collision, he knew it was coming, so he took it on. And not for the first time today, Michael Wilson. Look at this. Boom.
Well, he's a good gutsy young man, and interesting. Port Adelaide have changed Treadray and French around. French has gone to full forward. Treadray's come out to centre-half forward.
Laid another hit out, but it goes to Costa. Jarman.
Well, Michael Wilson is actually unsettling Darren Jarman a little bit. You can see he's just lost his cool a bit. He's had his hands to the ball, not being able to take it cleanly because of the pressure of Michael Wilson.
Jarman, 1 kick so far. Kingsley's had a lot of the football, and round the boundary line he goes to Treadray.
Treadray again taking a mark closer to the wing than to the goals.
Cockatoo Collins the only hope, and he nearly came down with it. Well played. Burgoyne with pace. Oh, it bounces across the face of goal. No score. It's still in. Prosciutto over his shoulder to Hart. Now you see it, now you don't. Not a great kick by Hart. Still a chance here for the Power. Dickey, 49 metres out. Right to the line. Oh, big leap. Magnificent leap by Cockatoo Collins.
Yes, they just can't make the Crows pay on the scoreboard. They're getting into the 50-metre area often enough.
In this game, Graham, I think they're going to look at the game, Port Adelaide, and say, gee, we kicked a few goals early, so they could be probably 3 or 4 goals up here at quarter time.
Instead of that, they're 9 points down. Centre wing. And a beautiful last tackle by the youngster Gallagher. Centering pass is good to the skipper, Bickley. Here's young Golding. Long to full forward. All Port. And Bond takes the mark. It's going to get confusing here. That's Shane Bond for Port. Wide for Dickey.
Oh, he didn't chase it hard enough, did he?
Thought he had more space, I reckon, on Eccles.
That's deliberate, no doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, Donald Dickey would look at that. He wouldn't be happy. He had the chance to really power after the ball. Gave Andrew Eccles the opportunity to close him down, and then in desperation just tapped it out. Tyson Edwards. He's had a very good year. Very athletic player. Perhaps underrated even this year.
He's taken the mark just inside the 50. Goes short to Bond, who's crunched by his brother. And now Wanganeen has it for Port.
Well, where's he going to go here?
Oh! Just over the head of Robrin. But this is still inside the 50. Gallagher, Robrin, and the ball out of play.
Michael Wilson again taking him on. Gavin Wanganeen attempted to switch play, but just ran himself into trouble. There was no option forward of the ball for him.
You've got to be able to find a target there. I think you're going to switch to play, and Gavin knows better than that.
Mead with a big thump to the line. Now we hear Costa has been taken into the room, shoulder injury apparently.
Yeah, missed that.
See that happen?
Yeah, well, David Gallagher's on the ground, so I'd imagine that's why. And he's gone straight to Adam Kingsley. That's where Costa was playing.
On the attacking 50 for the Crows. Bickley, Burgoyne. I love watching this boy. He lost it this time. Down goes Johnson. The umpire will ball it up. Well, it has started like a final, hasn't it? The desperation, a few fumbles, but it is a red-hot ball, this one.
Yeah, no doubt, Drew. It looks like now Darren Mead's playing a kick-behind play because Robin, his opponent, now has gone into the ruck.
Just doing it across half forward, Dougie, I think.
Yep.
Oh, this is fantastic. Kick right towards the line by Tyson.
And we saw the advantage of that with Darren Mead being able to take up position in front of Tyson Edwards. Robin did the ruck work, his immediate opponent. And Kimmy Costa. Yeah, Kimmy Costa being worked. He doesn't look in too much pain, but Obviously a shoulder.
Once again, Mead goes for the line. Let's have a look at an incident where maybe Costa has done this shoulder here. Crunch, well, Dickey was in there hard.
That's the tackle driving the right shoulder into the ground.
Curls?
Curls?
Yeah, AC joint slightly damaged. They're going to strap it and see how he goes.
Bond circling. Well, Johnson across the ground, along the ground. Wilson overruns. Mead, good. Pokes it wide to Nick Stevens. There's a bit of space out here for the foul. Kick by Stevens towards half forward. Franco, very good. Franco.
Drew, I was watching him. He ran so strongly to make position for that, and Benny Hart, his opponent, is not slow. It's a good example of hard running to receive the ball. Josh Franco, very quick legs, good power through the ball.
Coming up,
but again, nothing offering it forward.
So he has to put it up to a contest, but that's okay. Kingsley on the 50.
Into the breeze. Unfortunately, just won't quite get there.
Lead in short by Treadray. Now out towards the pocket by French.
Oh, Barnaby.
Well, it's not a circus, so the juggle wasn't paid. Goodwin out of trouble. Onto the chest of Prosciutto. Roo, they call. Certainly not booing him. Look at that kick. James had tried to fumble. Hard up from defence. This will be a goal. Ben Hart, what a goal!
Here's a family who wants to enhance their outdoor living area and add value to their home with a new deck and garden. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
42th blade, the more teeth on the blade, the finer the cut. So the tooth.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
Oh, what's here?
We talked about the Crows run out of the back line in their premiership years. That's not bad, that one.
Benny Hart did well. It's his first goal for the year, and when the half-back line players start kicking goals, you know you're going to have a pretty good day.
Kane Johnson. And now that Gallagher's come into the lineup, it's a commentator's nightmare. Johnson and Gallagher.
I just reckon the Port Adelaide forward line, I'd try French into ruck. He was good last week. Put Lade down there. I mean, he's got the opportunity to play to half forward and really grab this game by the scruff of the neck.
Lade winning a lot of hit-outs.
And it hasn't really hurt Adelaide in the ruck, and I don't think the midfield players have been able to get the possession, and we saw that goal that Matthew Rodman was able to conjure up from a throw-in.
So Lade will give him another one for this. Comes to Franco again. He kicks it backwards. Spun in the tackle, and Lade gets back to take the mark.
It's his first mark.
Stevens, poor old kick. Kick didn't travel the distance, but they were able to recover okay. Cave, a beautiful hand pass to Johnson. Through centre wing. What a kick to Bond. 50-metre precision. Troy Bond, too far out to score. Looking to put it to the top of the square. Robrin's there. Comes to Robrin. And a snap. This is close. Edwards. Yes.
Well, watch Matthew Robin here. He makes the contest. He comes to the left-hand handball. He's an unusual football. It's a left-hand handball from a right-footed player. But Troy Bond waited, kicked to the contest in the end. Robin was up, but was able to recover the ball when it came down. Watch the handball, left-hand handball. Tyson Edwards, not much to look at. Got it in the air, let the air do the work, if you like.
In the amazing brain to see Jared Colton come forward twice. Good work by running down the ground, but his kick to his teammate missed his target, turned the ball over, and just great foot disposal by the Adelaide side. That's been the difference so far.
No, Port Adelaide wasting the ball when they're going forward. There's no doubt about that.
Well, just quietly, if that's a goal, I'll go he. Even the crowd behind, they were silent.
Oh, do you want to see it again?
Yeah.
Looked like a goal from here.
Up towards the 50. Treadray. Franco all over the place, Josh Franco. Goes very wide with his kick. Cockatoo Collins. Oh, no.
They're going too wide coming through half forward. Curls?
Yes, I think Malcolm Blight's been very patient with young James. Franco is picking up a lot of football at this stage.
You're a good judge of goals. Was that a goal, Curls?
Yes, a goal from here.
Was it?
Yes.
Franco's had 5 kicks and 3 handballs. Brett James has had the 4 handballs.
You reckon Coles would say it wasn't a goal, Drew?
Well,
I don't think so.
What helped me decide it wasn't a goal was that everyone behind the goals was quiet. And I'm sure they'd have been cheering like mad if they reckoned it was a goal.
Let's have a look at
There
it.
we go,
Here we go. Matthew Robin does well. Just a little left-hand handball. Oh, Drew, that's a goal. That's a goal.
What did we get happy about?
What reporter put us down
cheer squad down there, Drew.
Well, it's coming back to centre wing. And Kingsley to take it just forward of the wing.
2 minutes to go of this first quarter. Port Adelaide just need a goal to give them some heart. They've gone forward often enough.
They've had 6 scoring shots to 7, so they've plenty of opportunity.
But again, going wide across half forward.
They need to finish this quarter with at least 1. But they're probably not going to get it. Here's Bassett got off the ground. Good mark.
I think the big problem with their forward line, Warren Treadway being so far up the ground, he hurts you more when he's back at full forward, not at centre half forward. Got to make a change, Mark Williams there.
Hard out to Goodwin. And his kick towards centre wing. Tyson couldn't take the mark. He might be helped out by James here. He softens up for himself. Waits for a bit of support. Clock ticks down. Looked like a dead ball. It was so slow there.
Yeah, his first instinct is normally the handball, but Jarman's made something out of nothing here.
Back to Johnson. He goes forward to the pack. Back to Jarman. On to Robin. Can't beat the tackler. Little hand pass. Sock it away. And a bit fortunate. Comes to Dickey. Kick by Dickey up towards centre wing. Redray a long way up the ground. Tackle around the neck.
Yes. I think you're trying to be a bit more subtle, Peter Caveman. The Adelaide crowd don't like it, but the hand was right over the shoulder.
In the last minute, this is close to out of bounds, and he's out of bounds on the full. Haven't they been wasted the pass?
No doubt, I just said before, I mean, Warren Treadway's a terrific player. He's better suited to full forward, not up here on the wing taking his marks.
Barnaby French, not a natural instinctive forward. Barnaby's probably not even a natural instinctive footballer, having come from rowing. He's just playing on guts.
Well, Nigel Smart's on the ground. He'll only be there for 20 seconds before the siren. Cockatoo Collins. Again, they've gone a little bit sideways. Franco. Oh, he dropped the sitter. They've got time to get a goal, but he's dragged down in the tackle. The goals are up there, Port. Go camera left. That's better.
And Shea Cockatoo Collins has got the ball. The siren's going to go, but he does have a chance to get some result from Port Adelaide's effort. The effort and endeavour is there. The execution has not been good enough.
Just they're used to the football player. Port Adelaide going forward. They've been chipped around. Last year they were very direct and kicked the ball long and gave their forwards a chance to be one-on-one. That's what they've got to do.
Shea Cockatoo Collins has taken plenty of time over this. It'll be well after the siren. Do Port need it? They're 1-5.
But if he kicks the goal, Drew, Port Adelaide are very much in the game.
Well, it'll be a lifter going into the quarter-time huddle, that's for sure. Right in front, 40 metres, gets it.
Well, that's exactly what they wanted. They've had a lot of effort. They've gone wide. They've wasted the ball going forward, and they've had the 7 scoring shots to the same number as the Crows. Crows 5-2, Port Adelaide 2-5. But it just keeps them in touch. It gives them some heart. They'll turn into the second quarter with the breeze. And I'm sure Mark Williams will try and straighten them up and smarten them up at quarter time. So all may not be lost.
So Malcolm Blight quickly out to talk to his boys. They did pretty well in that quarter. 5 goals to 2. So it is a 15-point lead at the first change. 5-2 to 2-5.
Here's a couple who bought a renovator's delight. While they're proud of the breakthrough they made,
Put in some French doors and then pave the courtyard
not
out there.
everybody shares their vision. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
Let's start with Accent. It's good value, it's our own brand, great range of colours.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
You can see it, can't you, darling?
Yeah, it'll come.
Girlfriend cooked dinner again last night.
McDonald's Massive McMuffin, the biggest McMuffin ever.
Fly in for new winter fashions at Peter Shearer for smart casual jackets, quality knitwear, and the latest leather and suede. Peter Shearer Winter Fashions, well worth the trip.
The sponsors of the mighty Camry Crows are hot to go. It's the hottest start to the season with the hottest sales ever, with the latest limited edition Crow Celebration Camry. Only 100 are available. Air-conditioned, automatic, and packed full of Camry extras. $2,500 worth, in fact, all for only $500 extra. This is a limited edition Camry Crow special offer. Get one while they're hot, because they're hot to go. Only at your South Australian Toyota dealer.
The Pizza Haven Big Serve. 2 large pizzas and a Black Forest cake, all for $18.95 delivered.
If you reckon tennis is hard, you should try doing it in a wheelchair. That's why Pizza Haven is donating $1 from every Big Serve to assist athletes with disabilities. These guys are champions. They deserve your support.
For your Pizza Haven, call up Pizza Haven tonight.
KG and Cornsey, 4 to 7 weeknights, more football.
Tonight.
May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation. From Oscar-winning director James Cameron comes his giant action thriller.
Press the button for the top floor, please.
The world's on the brink of destruction.
Are we gonna die?
Yep.
And only one secret agent can save it. Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's not like he's saving the world or anything.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What can I say? He's fine.
True Lies, tonight, 8:30 on 7.
Jam-packed house here at Football Park for Showdown 5. The record was the first one, 47,000. I wonder if they'll beat it today. And quarter time here, and the Crows used the ball better, 5-2 to Port 2-5, who had certainly had a lot of attack. Curls and Abba.
Yeah, thanks, Drew. Mark Williams, he was actually quite happy with the intensity, which what they set out to do. Also happy with Shea Cocker, 2 Collins and Warren Treadwell. The only targets, they'll get much more of a chance with a win this quarter.
Malcolm Blight spent a lot of time with his ruckman, a bit concerned in that area.
Franco, another touch out of the middle. Bassett comes up the ground, he fumbles the mark. Treadray, it's another miss.
Yes, and Mark Williams wouldn't be pleased to see Nathan Bassett leading Warren Treadray to that ball. Had he marked, would have tidied it up nicely. But again, we've seen Treadray has now moved back to full forward. Barnaby French is playing at centre-half forward.
Goodwin kicks in. Van from the huddle. French puts the spoil on. Prosciutto does brilliantly. 25-metre hand pass. Oh, landed on its point and away from Johnson. Gallagher. The youngster picked up in the draft last year. David Gallagher's kick. Oh, McLeod was in no position to mark. But here's a class act. Andy McLeod just beats the tackle with the hand pass away. Johnson just. Bit of trouble now. Pittman back on. wrestled all the way to the ground, and the umpire will ball it up.
Yes, that match-up with Wanganeen and McLeod is actually hurting Port Adelaide. Gavin Wanganeen, just one kick for the game. He's so important. He's not able to run as freely from half-back through the centre. I think Port Adelaide are losing a lot of drive because of it.
Kim Costa looked all right there after treatment for his shoulder. Kicked by Kingsley over the wing. James. Hart. Too easy. Gallagher. Penetrating kick. Robin in front. Can't quite complete the mark. Franco's hand pass. Oh, a bit of a fumble. He's lost it. Guess who's got it? Jarman. Kick smothered. Comes back to Polk.
Well done. He's a go, the kid.
Jared Polk's kick up towards centre wing. Close to the boundary line. French. Well done for a rower. And the ball out of play.
Well, the thing about Barnaby French is he makes the contest. He's learning the football trade as he goes. His disposal then probably not as crisp as it needed to be. But Jared Polk made the mistake initially, but the smother and followed up.
French used his body well on Pittman. Comes to Gallagher, and that'll be a ball up.
I've just been watching Gavin Wangan. He certainly wants to get into the play, and now with the change now, Johnson changing in at Ruck Roven here with McLeod. He's forced too far back in the fence. Maybe put him up forward, even running the ball for 5 or 10 minutes. Get him into the game.
Chad Corn still waiting for his first run. Nervous father waiting for his son's debut up here. Going on all around the ground.
Yes, I don't think it's a great spectacle of football, but it's a great spectacle of the tough things, the 1% things, and that's what's causing so many of the errors. It's a game that's riddled with mistakes at the moment, but I think it's more to do with the pressure both teams are applying.
14 points the difference. Crows in front. Bickley runs into trouble. Franco again. Well, that's getting the hands free in the tackle. Prosciutto down the line with a good hand pass. Kept in by McLeod, no, just over the line.
Oh dear. If anyone could keep it in, he would have.
Prosciutto's given the Adelaide Crows plenty of drive from that back line now. His handball's been absolutely fantastic today so far, and he does kick the ball very long. He's been a dangerous player.
Adelaide just took his eyes off it at a crucial moment. Burgoyne, very well played. Wanganeen's kick out wide. Dew, a fumbled mark. Back kick. Back towards half-back, Stewie Dew. Drop mark by Caven could be costly. Ball spills out. Brewer. Some sort of a hand pass wide. And out of bounds off Eccles. Girls?
Yeah, it's good to see Mark Williams, you know, taking the attack to the Crows. He's not playing a defensive game plan. It's an attacking game plan.
Half forward for Port. Bickley in the direction of Robrin. And he waits down doing the jostling. Stevens contesting. Lade pulled up his kick. Comes to Robrin. He's got McLeod inboard. Stevens. Pittman goes past McLeod. for Jarman.
Too good. Well, he was too good. There was a fair bit of hands on body on body happening in the one-on-one there, but Darren Jarman just able to work his way to the front of it. And for the first time today, just cleanly outpointed Michael Wilson, who's been very, very good.
Yeah, I think Michael Wilson, too, on that occasion, tried to fill for Darren Jarman, and Jarman just slipped him, and Jarman was just a class act.
That's his first mark today. Perfect kick for goal.
For your $1 million chance, what number do you need to call? If you answered 1902-554-676, the million could be yours.
Register now. Even if you've registered before, you need to register again.
Be watching Monday on 7.
It's all about the great Australian dream.
Finding the perfect home.
Well, their dream has gone slightly south.
Is one of life's biggest challenges.
Oh, they're going to be really big pig.
Hot Properties starts Tuesday on 7.
It's a 20-point lead now to the Crows. Lade gets the ball down. Kingsley, good long kick. That's gone on high. Back at the mark.
Mark Williams will be really worried about this. His half forwards and his full forward line are not making a good enough contest when the ball comes into the area.
They've been the ball out of the centre put Adelaide by a mile.
That kick actually was too long for the forward, so there might be more in this crease than it looks by looking at the flags. Franco, Rashudo.
Yeah, did he have it long enough? He certainly jumped it 2 or 3 times, but quite courageously dropping into the hole. Bruce Abernathy?
Yeah, you just mentioned the forward line there. Last week against Melbourne, when they actually got in touch, Port Adelaide 3 or 4 times went up forward, and there wasn't even a Port Adelaide player competing, which greatly disappointed Mark Williams, and I'm sure it'll be the same situation today.
Well, Curls, you've just called what Cornsey up here wanted to hear. The young Chad Corns is about to come on for his first run.
Yes, and I guess there'd be few little butterflies in the tummy.
What's it like that?
Whose tummy?
Yours and his.
How do you feel, Graham? How do you feel about it?
Apprehensive. He's obviously going to go forward. He has to try and make an improvement there, so it's a big task. Shane Brewer doing well there.
Got through that pack beautifully. It's a great play by Goodwin. Played a couple of premierships in his first 30 games of football. Whistle's gone.
Oh, what have they called? It's a throw. They've called a throw.
Yeah, so it's a Port free kick right in front to Dew. Goodwin, he missed with the fist.
French off. Chad Corns on.
So here's number 35. Chad Corns about to get his first go. 19-year-old making his debut. Stuart Dew kicks for goal. Missed the sitter. You couldn't believe he could miss it there. Ever?
Just Graham Corns. You can start barracking for Port Adelaide about now, mate.
Yeah. I need a bit of support.
Thanks, Abba.
Long kick. That's not a bad kick. It's actually across the breeze to that side. Free kick. It's going to be, well, advantage, is it? Smart, yes. Advantage paid. Over the wing. Johnson from behind. He got cleaned up. Bickley to the 50.
Yeah, Jared Polden standing tall, taking a good mark.
And away to Wilson. Kick by Wilson. Smart wrestles his man to the ground. Crows have it. James steps away from trouble. Beautiful play. Into Gallagher. Dew meets him. Down goes Gallagher, but Bickley is there. The hand pass to Rashudo. Rashudo straight up the corridor. Jarman. The punch. Holden. Going okay. First season player. Wilson. The hand pass flipped up. Through Nick Stevens it goes. Franco centre wing. To centre half forward. Corns in the chop. Hands to it. Couldn't quite take the mark. Off it comes to Gallagher. Well, they're going backwards though, the Crows. Hart gives chase. Here goes Corns, number 35. Well done, son. Dew has it. Can't kick a country mile. Centering ball. Treadray. Almost. Bassett. Back to James. 19-point lead to the Crows. Young David Gallagher floats a beautiful hand pass to Hart.
Yeah, the Crows' defence is just too tough at the moment.
Polden running out of room, but did well along the line. Gets it back. Well done, Jared Polden. But a poor old kick to the 50. That's disappointing. Gallagher flips the ball up. Rashudo, good hands. Smart. Robert buck position. The two James boys. Rather the Bond boys, and the ball out of play.
Jared Schofield off and Derek Murray coming on too, so a couple of youngsters in Port Adelaide's forward line.
Well, Chad Corns has gone the full forward. Nathan Bassett is his opponent.
Good luck.
Burgoyne palms the ball across to Wanganeen. Might have been legged. Great play, Gavin Wanganeen. Out to Dickey. Here's kicked in a mile. Well, if they can kick their footing here, they're a chance for it. But Bassett first to it. Solid shepherd just behind the ball, and Corns was upended, and the ball out of play. Is your heart settled a bit, Dad?
Yeah, well, it is a bit tense. I don't mind. I'm not quite sure where I should be looking.
Girls?
Yeah, I think we're seeing why the Crows' defence has been the best in the comp in the last couple of years.
Burgoyne, very clever skills. Franco again. They worked that well. Dew just across the face, and he's missed again. So he's kicked 1 goal, 3, Stewie Dew.
It's not for the want of effort. Port Adelaide are really having a go, and Oh, in fact, both teams are. It's really a battle of defences. Crows certainly more efficient, though, when they go forward.
Oh, 2 goals, 8 power. James, just in time. Back to Goodwin. Oh, great running by Caven. Well, he can go all the way. Got no chance of catching him from behind. Lade giving chase. Caven's kick. Bond. Umpire will ball this up. It's about 25 metres from goal.
There's no, as we speak, as that play went forward, David Pittman coming off for a rest. It seems to be planned. After about 10 minutes, Pittman goes to the bench and Matthew Golding goes on.
Cloud ridden to the ground by Wanganeen. It spills to Eccles. Offline.
Look, it was brilliant ruck work by Matthew Robin with that left-handed tap back to Andrew McLeod. Andrew Eccles not able to straighten up on his left leg, unfortunately, for Adelaide.
Just freaking the distance between the two sides at the moment has been the way the Crows have used the football when they've gone forward. They've always found a teammate, and on the other hand, put Adelaide to turn the football over.
Kick close to the line to Wilson. Kick by Wilson along the centre wing. Well, here's a mismatch in size and probably speed as well. But Height is going to win on this occasion with Robert. Good hands, Nigel Smart. Into Bickley. Mark Bickley's kick. Bond.
Matthew Robin really keeping the Crows in front, in command in this game. He outpointed Don Dickey in the one-on-one, and the use of the ball. Mark Bickley just lifting the eyes. Good presence from Troy Bond.
So Troy Bond from 45 metres is holding up at that end, but it just gets there.
No, it's not. Sorry. It was an unlikely goal had he kicked it, but dear me.
Well, it's so crowded here today, they're 2 to a seat. Michael Wilson out of the back pocket. Now, the Power have got to use the advantage of the breeze in this quarter. They're 20 points down at the moment, and we have just under 10 minutes remaining. Gee, they need to finish this half off well.
On those kickouts, it's interesting. Matthew Robin is getting right back across the wing, and on the second contest, the second kick, he's been able to hold it in twice or keep it in twice.
Lade. Ross Franco again. Little hand pass up was good to Kingsley. Prosciutto close to the boundary line. He did well to keep that in, but Lade at centre wing. Good mark. Into the centre corridor. Brewer. Mead. And not bad for the forwards. Cockatoo Collins is there. Well done, Corns. Cornsy.
Well, they held it in there. Warren Treadray just dropping back. He looked like he had to sit there. The long kick, it can do some damage sometimes, but if you just blast it forward, it just gives the opportunity too much to the defenders to get underneath it and lock it in.
Ball knocked out by Golding. Remarkable story, elevated off the rookie list.
He's not 19. In fact, his birthday's on the 30th of December. He could almost be an under-18 again.
And what a size. Wait till he grows up. Well, both ruckmen tried to take clean possession. Golding's got it. Ball pinned to him.
Good hard tackle by young Warren Treadray. Strong grab.
A touch high in replay, you would have thought.
A real scrap. Chuck a blanket over a dozen players here. Oh, here's a chance now. Well, Prosciutto was the man who did something about it. Murray got a little touch in there, but couldn't create anything. Well, now it comes towards the Crows' way. Edwards, centre circle, Robert. Johnson. This time he couldn't take them up, gentlemen. Nigel Smart, Robbie Weber on the bench. Smart gets the goal.
Here's a couple who bought a renovator's delight. While they're proud of the breakthrough they made,
put in some French doors and then pave the courtyard.
Not everybody shares their vision. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
Let's start with Accent. It's good value. It's our own brand. Great range of colours.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
You can see it, can't you, darling?
Yeah. It'll come.
Nigel Smart with dash from the wing to kick a fantastic goal there. And they've busted this open a bit. They lead by 26 points now, the Crows. Hickley's kick partly smothered. Burgoyne. He just popped that up in the air and said to the forwards, mark that. Corn's got a bit of a touch to it. The ball's flipped through the pack. He's due. And
Due. He's kicked it. He's kicked it. He's kicked it.
He's got one. 2 goals for 3.
Well, there's nothing in the game. There's nothing in the contest at all. The scoreboard is saying a little bit differently, but it's a real arm wrestle. The Crows have been more efficient going forward. That's a good reply from Adelaide, and Stewie Dew crumbing like all good forward line players should be doing. Running onto it, not convincing in the final shot for goal.
Frank, good hands. Yeah, good hands, Frank, with their quantity. Yeah. But once again, as you said, Graham, before, they're just banging the ball long and just hoping. I think you're better off trying to find a target. In the meantime, young Chad Corn's had a bit of a breather, and Barnaby French back on the ground.
And here he is. He's not even in the foreground. He's so far out of the play, French, out near the wing, 50 metres from anyone. Burgoyne out of the middle. This looks promising. Cockatoo Collins. He really stretched the hammies to get to that one.
Well, he's led to the right pocket, deep in the right pocket, but he'll have the breeze over his right-hand shoulder. They've given him plenty of space out there. Still a fair way from goal.
Still led very wide, Graham, as well. I mean, I'd like to see him come down the centre of the ground, but then again, the guy come to the centre where he was running. Yeah.
You lead with their space, Doug. Yep. You lead to the teammate's leg. And with the breeze behind him, it's not an impossible. In fact, it's not a difficult shot for goal even.
Well, after struggling for so long, could Port get their second goal in a minute? Cockatoo Collins, 49 metres. That's away to the left.
As he started left, and it went further left.
One goal, one and one out of bounds.
Graham, at least I left you on longer in your first game.
Thank you, girls. Yeah. There was an interchange in those days, though.
I just reckon, Drew and Cornsey, that I reckon Port Adelaide has slaughtered them out of the centre. I'd like to see the stats at half-time, because they've got the ball out of the centre on most occasions. Not using the ball correctly, though.
So margin back to 19 points now. Kane Johnson. 30 metres in the clear, Ben Hart. Maybe they couldn't see him. He was so close to the boundary line. Oh, this is killing them. Into Edwards.
They worked it so well from the kickoff. It was a set play. They had a group of Crows players. The kickoff was accurate, and then the second and third movements, they were just outnumbered. And even though their small kicks, the disposal was accurate. Tyson Edwards will kick from about 44, 45 metres perhaps. Into the breeze, though.
Golding off, Pittman back on. Edwards, pretty close to the man on the mark. Didn't quite make it. And off the hands and through for a minor score.
You get some idea from that kick that the breeze is having some effect. Tyson Edwards is a good kick. Breeze held up, and from 45 he couldn't make the distance, and Port Adelaide able to rush it through.
So still nearly 6 minutes to go in this quarter. Wind-assisted time for Port. They need to get 3 or 4 goals on the board before the siren for half-time. Oh, Dickey's kick smothered by Smart. Well done, Nigel Smart. Hope you might start the 18 next week.
Well, he's played well. It's an interesting contest on that wing. Donald Dickey's had his opportunities, not able to take the ball cleanly or dispose of it cleanly. His stats show 10 possessions, but not many of them clean. Nigel Smart, just the 4.
Prosciutto caught in a good tackle. They're going backwards in possession, the Crows. Now James, straight up the ground. Johnson, still in the centre circle. Goal before half-time or 2 would be crucial if the Crows could manage them. Fitly tried to beat the park. He is gone.
Port Adelaide have put Barnaby French into the ruck, and Brendan Lade's gone to the forward pocket.
Beautiful tackle there by Kingsby. Kick by Kingsby. Has left his man, took the mark. Over the top, Edwards. Caven kept coming, as they do. Pittman outside 50. two Bonds are matched up in the goal square, but he comes outside the centre corridor to Jarman.
That was Michael Wilson. Can we see that in replay? Caught under the ball. Darren Jarman not happy. He said, you could have got it to me quicker, but look at the effort here from Wilson. Eyes on the ball, doesn't know what's coming. All he had to do was make the contest. He did it superbly.
Really great play by Wilson. Norwich Rising Star winner. Wanganeen, a little hand pass to Wilson.
Toe poke. The absolute definition of the word toe poke.
Yeah.
Nick Stevens.
What's happened here so far? Both sides had 12 scoring shots. It's been a decision making by Adelaide side when they go forward. Has been 100% better than Port Adelaide. Their use of the ball has been first class, the Crows.
Pittman just back on. Taken away by Johnson. Pickley had to stretch for it. Oh, Robert, he'll kick a goal. Here's again.
Welcome to Oswald Hotel. Open 7 days.
I bought this bottle of Baileys.
$26.99.
West End draft cartons. $24.99. Hey. Queen Adelaide Range.
$5.99.
Buy your Cointreau, sip and save. $34.99.
Killawarra Brew.
$7.99. Sip and save.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local Sip and Save.
Matthew Robin's second goal. He's having a very good game. He's been up and down this year, been under pressure from the coach, standing tall today.
Margin back out to 26 points. Big break in a game like this.
Derek Murray, well done, son.
Yeah, terrific tackling from behind. James goes Dew, and Dew lays a second tackle. And a third. Pittman. And Dew a fourth tackle. Franco was good. Murray out to Nick Stevens. Stewie Dew, who's been wayward in front of goal. A raking kick, this one. Offline again.
Gee, there's some good work from Derek Murray there. Nothing crisp or clean. He just made the contest, dived on the ball, patted it out. Watch him here, Derek Murray. Look, just got it out from nowhere.
Number 41, playing his second game from the Murray Bushrangers in Victoria. Actually comes from Lavington. Centering ball to Nick Stevens. And Stevens the hand pass back. French. Golding's back on the ground. Prosciutto. Oh, straight ahead football. McLeod. Eccles followed up. Kick by Eccles. Gets to the back to Bond. They charge onto it. Bit of a fumble. Wanganeen round the boundary line. Well, it's not a bad solution there because they were under pressure.
You see the Crows, they go right through the centre of the ground, down the corridor as we call it, you know, towards their forward line. When the other hand pull out, when they Port Adelaide get it, they go wide. They've been forced to go wide to the pressure of the Adelaide Crows.
Wanganeen buried. Bond.
Player stopped then, I thought.
Yeah. Kick by Stevens, was partly touched. Brewer. Stevens followed up. And now Murray again.
Yeah, Gavin Wanganeen, he's just had the 3 possessions. Sorry, 1 kick and 4 handballs. He's really playing a defensive role. I think Mark Williams will be looking to get him forward into the centre of the action somehow. He's one player who can make a difference for Port Adelaide.
Well, Franco will take the free kick here. He didn't have the football.
We've lost that now.
Mark Bickley said, what's going on? He just tackled him.
Josh Franco, 19 disposals in the first half. And we've still got 2.5 minutes to go. Brewer. Murray.
Yeah, I like this kid.
Third point. James floats one over the top. McLeod back at half-back. Great. Edwards, just good vision, good disposal. Now Prosciutto needs to beat a man here. Polton did well, very well. Gee, that was good. Now Port have it. Murray, kick by Murray. Cockatoo Collins well in front of his man. And what Polton did in midfield might result in a goal.
Jared Polton, he is a desperate player. And Derek Murray, he's been around the ball when it's come in. And Shea Cockatoo Collins has gone short to Matthew Bode.
Bit Leroy's come into play there, the Crows, on that occasion. They've gone forward fairly easily, and Mark Rashudo got caught out with that handball to young Gallagher. He run enormous pressure.
Interesting that Shea Cockatoo Collins didn't want to kick the ball from here. He's no further out than Matthew Bode. Probably on a slightly better angle with the right foot.
Stretch him, Thornton, distance.
Matty Bode, you wouldn't think. A huge kick.
Right on 50, right in front.
Looks all right, looks all right, looks all right.
Honey, you sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike.
Dad!
Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Lucky you're with Amy.
Back in the middle, and Matthew Bode getting the distance from 50 comfortably. What an important goal that was for Port. Margin back to 19 points. McLeod cornered near the centre circle. Out to Smart. It is holding up, going that way. Nice out of the air by Daniels. Polton, who set up that previous goal with tackling in midfield. Now whistle's gone. It's going to be a Port free kick. Comes to Polton.
Yeah, he was very lucky to have been left out of Port Adelaide's team a few weeks ago. When he comes back into the team, you can see why they like him, his endeavour and his desperation.
Burgoyne. Last minute of the first half. Port need another goal before the siren. Michael Wilson runs onto it. Jarman. Well, he sips the tackle of Jarman. That could be important in the overall. Now to Nick Stevens. Stevens looking to set up. He comes out wide to the pocket.
Well, good vision. Brendan Lade is a massive kick. It's not a good angle. He's looking to hand off. But he'd be better to settle, just go back and drive the ball. The left-hand goalpost is...
He doesn't know. Only about 10 seconds to go. The breeze will help it in. It'll go left to right from here.
That's all he has to do. Put it into the air, left-hand goalpost.
Lade. Good-looking kick. The breeze didn't get hold of that as much as we thought it might. And the ball is through for a minor score. Well, encouraging signs just in the last few minutes there of the first half for Port Adelaide, because at one stage the margin got out to 36. Now it's just 26. Now it's just 3 straight kicks the difference. And they've wasted their chances with 4 goals 11, while the Crows have kicked 8-5. It's 53 to 35.
Good afternoon. In 7 Nightly News, an Adelaide grandmother tells of a terrifying attack by 2 youths, which has left her with several broken bones. The attackers fled with her handbag containing just $50. That exclusive story at 6. Also, the death toll from the latest London bomb blast rises to 3. Police have arrested a 20-year-old man. And NATO admits another bombing blunder, which has cost the lives of at least 60 civilians.
How does it happen? You're racing a fuse or printing the news, and you strain till you think that you'll burst. You sure got a thirst. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Victoria Bitter. It can come at any time. You're taking a vow or chasing a cow. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
Take a drive through the eastern suburbs and keep going. Test drive Spring Hill, arguably Adelaide's most prestigious land release. Spring Hill Golden Grove, more livable than the eastern suburbs and far more affordable.
Hornsey. 4 to 7 weeknights, more football.
The sponsors of the mighty Camry Crows are hot to go. It's the hottest start to the season with the hottest sales ever. With the latest limited edition Crow Celebration Camry. Only 100 are available. Air-conditioned, automatic and packed full of Camry extras. $2,500 worth in fact. All for only $500 extra. This is a limited edition Camry Crow special offer. Get one while they're hot because they're hot to go. Only at your South Australian Toyota dealer.
It's autumn. Time for the Truscott Hi-Fi Autumn Sale. Time to rake in the bargains with Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms. Like this Sanyo G-Code Stereo VCR. This Hitachi LCD camcorder. This JVC Dolby ProLogic 3-disc mini Hi-Fi. And this Sony 80cm stereo TV. With Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms, you can rake in the bargains during Truscott's Autumn Sale.
What do you call a place positioned so perfectly, so privately, that it almost defies description? We've called it the Sanctuary, Spring Hill. Discover our new land release, Spring Hill's finest.
Saturday, May 8th is McHappy Day, which means $1 from every Big Mac sold will help seriously ill children through Ronald McDonald Hearts Charities. So come to McDonald's on McHappy Day, Saturday, May 8th.
Well, it's a funny old game of football. Not all that spectacular, but plenty of pressure. And the Crows led by 15 at quarter time, and then Port had the breeze in the second quarter, but the Crows outscored them again to lead by 18 at half-time. It's 8-5 to a wasteful 4-11 by Port Adelaide. Now let's have a look at the goal kickers, and Robin has kicked 2 for the Crows, and the double goal kicker for the Power is Stewie Dew, but I've got him for 2 goals 4, so he could have been anything to half-time. Well, Hawk, let's look at some of the highlights in the first half, and before the game we were talking about how the Crows bring the ball from deep in their back line and kick long to get it to forward, and this is exactly what they did. The heart to kick a goal.
No doubt, Drew. And it all started with Marcus Shooter kicked the ball 60 metres in on that occasion where James probably could have took that mark, but Ben Hart's gave him plenty of run. But when I talk about Marcus Shooter, his opponent's been Stuart Dew, who you just touched on, kicked 2 goals 4, could have been 4 or 5 goals, and been a great player in their forward line, and probably could have punished Shooter by going forward.
But then Mark Williams surely will be talking about how Port overpossessed the ball. They're going around in circles, mate.
Well, they're going back to their old habits. When you're under a little bit of pressure, and it does happen to sides, Drew, when you're under pressure, you do go short. And here's Josh Franco, who's been a very good player. He's probably had 23 touches already up to half-time, and just overuse of the football once again. And Jared Polton's been a very good player down at the half-back line, gave him plenty of drive. And this is the first time they found a target, and Cockatoo Collins has been pretty good up in the forward line. He's gave him plenty of opportunities to kick the ball to him, but still hasn't finished off his good work. He kicked 1 goal 2 as well.
But it's all very well to go long if you've got a target up there. North can go long, they've got Carey. You'd have Treadray further up the ground in the goal sweep.
They tried French down there, they had young Corns, they've given him a crack as well. And what they've done now, they put Murray down there, they put Bode down there and Dew. So what it appears now, they're going to just bomb the ball in long and hope those smaller crummer type players can get the ball and kick them goals for them.
Well, the Crows tried a bit of over-possessing as well, but I suppose that's the sort of pressure that both sides are applying here. It's a little bit zigzag, but it finished up in a goal.
Yeah, the thing is, Drew, with the Adelaide Crows, when they do zigzag the ball around, they find their targets. I mean, they're very good with the use of the football. Here's Nigel Smart, who started on the bench, came onto the ground, and he's playing on a wing where he normally plays in the back line or goes forward. So they got the ability, the luxury of having a player like Smart on the bench as well. And Brett Burton is a very good player, hasn't had a run on the ground yet.
Well, let's have a look at these match stats, and the Power probably should be a lot closer, if not even in front. Inside 50 is 26 all, so it's amazing that it's 18 points the difference.
And I really can't work out the centre breaks here, Drew. I said during the first quarter, and I just thought that the centre breaks were all going Port Adelaide's way, but here we are, Adelaide 7-5, and I mean, Marks 31-27, handballs, okay, Adelaide using the ball very, very well, but they've had more kicks, Port Adelaide.
And the funny thing is, they're not totally out of it. Just 3 straight kicks the difference. If they get themselves sorted out, they could be in it in a trice.
I think it's 15 scoring shots to 13, so they've had plenty of scoring chances, but just can't kick goals. They've been wasting plenty of opportunities in their forward line.
Guess what? Plugger's back today.
Oh, the big fella.
He's playing at the SCG as the Sydney Swans take on Fremantle. Let's take a look at the highlights of the first half.
So we were forced to go with the left foot, and Modra was second in line, should have a shot.
Big Tony, and he does, and he's kicked the goal. Modra's got it.
Just having a look at Tony Modra, you can't see it on screen, but he's moved well and truly around from the goal square to give himself a far greater space up forward.
Blackburn, do you mind? Has not looked like missing. This is probably his easiest shot for the day so far. He's got another one. He's kicked 4. Michael Callahan pushes forward. Prescott, clever. Prescott, very clever, a goal. Campbell over the top, makes Wirra work for it a bit. Oh, terrific hip and shoulder by Schwartz. Well played, Wirra too, because he kept going. Prescott away. Schwartz has kicked to Kelly. He go on here, Kelly. This is the way he normally kicks his goals. Off one step, and the captain kicks it.
And jobs for people. Employment National. Made for the job. Call 133 444.
It's a challenge, but that would be the best thing about it. We really wanted to do it ourselves. It's taken us a lot longer than we first thought, but we're enjoying it, and we're really enjoying doing it together.
Fishing trip every year, but this one's different. We're in my new Fairlane. The boys love the power of the new VCT engine and all the luxuries, of course. But I think what impresses them most is the comfort.
The lure of the new Fairlane gear.
Didn't have the heart to wake them.
This is the scene that had all of America talking.
How did it happen? You were there. How did it happen?
Allie's love life's in chaos.
1 second I'm kissing Elaine, and the next thing I know, I'm on...
I brought you the itinerary.
Itinerary?
For our date.
She's dating a loser.
I'm very good.
But try telling him that.
You got to give him a straight hard dump. It's the only thing these bastards understand.
It's a night full of passion.
I'm not going to wait for you to kiss me anymore.
Monday on Ally McBeal.
Half-time at Football Park in Showdown 5, and it's the Adelaide Crows with 13 scoring shots against 15, but they lead by 3 goals. It's 8-5-53 to 4 goals 11-35. Well, Mitsubishi moments. We've had some great ones over the years. Remember a particular mark taken by Brett Allison? Here it is. Allison. A sensational mark by Brett Allison.
It is football at its most sublime, to take the classic mark. For Brett Allison, this was that moment. Less than 30,000 at the MCG that Saturday afternoon, and Brett Allison found himself in the right place at the right time.
Wayne Swass sort of roved a pack and just kicked it long straight back into the forward line. I looked around, I was the only one in the region, so I thought I've got to try and get it to ground, and the rest is sort of history.
Underneath Allison, as he took one of the marks of the 90s, Collingwood's Gavin Krasiska.
He was standing in front of me, probably 4 or 5 metres in front of me, and I had to sit on him the whole way, and things worked out for me.
Brett Allison, another Mitsubishi memorable moment.
And what a day that was when the Kangaroos were taking on the Magpies at the MCG. And it's the Kangaroos against the Magpies at the MCG again today. How about that? Let's take a look at some highlights of the first half.
And it enables Collingwood to get Prestigiacomo, not very far certainly. Oh, ball flipped up in the direction of Simpson. Michael, Archer, they both miss it. Bell just back onto the ground, can make them play, brushes one tackle, kicks a goal. Having plenty of time, Mongrel punt off the boot. Michael bumps the ball 20 metres in the direction of goal. Freeborn this time, measures the kick, beautifully off the left for 4 points for Magpie second. Now it comes to Tarrant, who has been okay. Oh, Tate nearly, I think that's out of bounds though, because it was completed over the line and therefore it will be a throw-in. Good attempt. He's paid it. He's paid it.
Goodness me. He's going to bomb it up high in towards the square, or will it go through? This is a huge kick. Is it a mark? Is it a mark? I didn't get Brown. They paid it to Brown. Collingwood trying hard, and this will help them. Gavin Brown's kicked his first.
So many stations taking a replay of that game after this telecast from Football Park. So if you don't want to know the halftime score at the MCG, go and have a couple. Football in South Australia today. It's not only the game between the Crows and Port Power, but they're also a chance to recognise the legends of South Australian football, and they've done that at half-time. Here they go around the ground.
Hi, Kath. How are you? What? Really? Oh, now you have to tell me what happened. And then he said, what?
Want a whole night's entertainment for $3? With Telstra STD, you'll pay no more than $3 a call to anywhere in Australia between 7 p.m. and midnight, Monday to Friday, all year round.
Hang on, Kath. Someone's at the door.
Your future health and well-being could depend on how much you earn. An Adelaide study has linked serious illness to financial status. Your health by your wealth. Where do you stand? A 7 Nightly News special report.
As we journey into the 21st century, the search will continue for new horizons, new ways of thinking, new opportunities. Whether your challenges take you around the corner or around the globe, make sure you carry the right financial equipment for your future. Diners Club. Your new card is here.
If you're sprucing up your home and want some bargains, grab Home Hardware's new Homemaker Dog-a-Log with savings like this Black & Decker Ernie for $69 or a Century Axle Log Splitter, just $19.95 each, and a 3-tier Era, only $37.50. And there's loads more at the Homemaker sale. It'll be a ripper. Ooh.
Get the know-how.
In the Homemaker sale Dog-a-Log, out now.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Yes, 3 years interest-free now at Le Cornu's. Famous brand furniture, bedding and carpets. 3 years interest-free for a limited time only.
You'll love it at Le Cornu's.
Conditions apply.
Looking for fresh Mother's Day gift ideas? The answer is Tandy. Treat it to a new Optus Freestyle mobile phone and add in a beautiful Body Shop gift pack, absolutely free. It's exclusive to Tandy. What a fresh idea for Mother's Day. Tandy Electronics. You've got questions, we've got answers.
What's this? Special occasion?
Very special.
What's so special?
Oh, beef, fresh vegetable pieces, perfect al dente pasta.
I know the soup's special. What's so special about tonight?
The kids are sleeping at your dad's.
Oh.
So, this is what you get up to when I'm not here. Soap.
The sponsors of the mighty Camry Crows are hot to go.
3 in a row!
It's the hottest start to the season with the hottest sales ever. With the latest limited edition Crow Celebration Camry. Only 100 are available. Air-conditioned, automatic and packed full of Camry extras. $2,500 worth in fact. All for only $500 extra. This is a limited edition Camry Crow special offer. Get one while they're hot because they're hot to go. Only at your South Australian Toyota dealer.
Baby blues.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. An easy target for a temptress. You need to get rid of that babysitter. How far is she prepared to go?
There's something I need to tell you.
Monday, 9:30, Chicago Hope on Channel 7.
Slight cloud cover here, just a weak sun and just a perfect day for football. Bit of breeze and a 3-goal lead at half-time to the Crows. Gee, Cornsey, you've been busy. We've just seen you out there in the open car. And we should go back up to the commentary box, no doubt about you.
The motorcade was interesting going past the Port Adelaide cheer squad down there at the end. But
what'd they say to you, Cornsey?
Sorry?
You give them the finger, did you?
Yeah, I actually did.
All right, let's go down to our men on the boundary, Curls and Abba.
Yeah, thanks, Drew. Well, Abba, this is the Port Powers live or die quarter. You've got to outscore the Crows.
I don't have to outscore them, Curls. We're going into a slight breeze here now. The important thing is at three-quarter time that they're in touch. This is the quarter Port Adelaide has to stay in there, has to tough it out. If they can be in touch, they're always a chance in the last quarter.
And a free kick here to Port straight away. Kingsley takes it quickly. Nick Stevens across the ground to Mead. Mead drifting up from defence to the attacking 50. Trent Ray! Oh. Not quite. Comes to Murray. Just gets boot to ball. Probably took a step or two. Oh! Trent Ray gets clear. And a shot for goal where he should have kicked it. He missed to the right.
He's been around the mark, Warren Trent Ray. He presented himself there. Not able to hold the mark. But Derek Murray has been electric since he came on. Held the ball in the area. And
pick up.
Again, Trent Ray went to Shepherd, but in the follow-through received the handle. Couldn't kick quite straight enough. And now Kane Johnson has it on the half-back flank from the kick-off.
Well, first of all, Fred Ray probably should have taken the mark, then should have kicked the goal. He's kicked no goals today, but 3 behinds.
The story of Port's game, though, 4 goals, 12, Drew. They'll talk about that after the game if they don't get up.
In between wing and half forward for Port. Laid with Pittman. Pittman. Tunnel through the legs of Gallagher. Stevens. Oh, well done, Dickey. Oh, and then he played on. He mightn't have there. And he's cocked the ball up. Bassett.
Very strong today, Nathan Bass. Just his kicking's let him down at times.
Bickley at half-back. Well, he popped the ball straight up in the air. Big chance here for Power. Trent Ray off the left. Cockatoo Collins.
That was a magnificent kick. That was a magnificent kick for somebody who's a right foot. 1 or 2 steps, swung onto his left, saw the lead and the movement from Shea Cockatoo Collins hit him right on the chest. Not an easy ball to control because it came in awkwardly.
Be fair to say too, Graham, this is the goal they've got to get here in this third term.
Yes,
They must kick this one.
If some shots for goal are more important than others, this is the one.
It's a tough pocket. The breeze across him from there left to right, which will narrow the gap. He's got a full house, Cockatoo Collins. A goal, a behind, and an out of bounds. He's kicked it.
Tonight.
May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation. From Oscar-winning director James Cameron comes his giant action thriller.
Press the button for the top floor, please.
The world's on the brink of destruction.
Are we gonna die? Yep.
And only one secret agent can save it. Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's not like he's saving the world or anything.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What can I say? It's fine.
True Lies, tonight, 8:30 on 7.
Well, that was a beautiful kick by Shea Cockatoo Collins, like a golfer drawing the ball into the breeze. Another one would be handy. Now it's just 11 points the difference. Kingsley goes to ground. Gee, Bickley all over the top of him. The umpire will ball it up. Down to our boundary boys.
Yeah, just to Shea Cockatoo Collins, we saw in the second quarter there, he passed off 40 metres out, which is unusual for a forward. The bench tell me there's nothing wrong with him as we saw that last kick, so I don't know what happened in the second quarter.
I think the coach has said, if you're in distance, kick the goal, Shea. Adelaide's midfield at the moment is interesting, boys. Pittman, Johnson, Bickley and Gallagher. Johnson and Gallagher young. Mark Bickley's often in there. Guys like Rashuto and Costa and even Andrew McLeod, who are often in there. Not at the moment.
Crows forward line hasn't seen the ball yet in the second half. Hand pass by Eccles into Smart. McLeod. Oh, that's a poor kick. Bolton takes the mark. Away to Paxman. Across the ground. A chance to set up down the outer side. Burgoyne. Good lead by Dickey. They've got space all the way down the ground. Well, they did have. Nobody's leading now.
No movement.
Brewer offered some sort of a lead. Not really with any conviction. Eccles behind, punches away from Stevens. Both products of the TAC Cup in Victoria.
Well, Donald Dickey is screaming at his forward line players to provide the movement, give me an option. Was sadly lacking when he went back for that kick.
Yeah, they need Stephen Daniels now, has came on the ground at centre-half forward. He must give him that opportunity to kick the ball to him.
Hughes' punch was worth a kick. Comes to Daniels. Away to Burgoyne. Good off the left. Cockatoo Collins follows up with a tackle, but Hart was very good there. Pretty good when it goes. James out to Rashuto. Up Rashuto to the woo around Football Park. Poor kick again. What's going on here? It's not as though it's blowing a gale. Wanganeen takes the mark, and that's a beautiful transfer of football across to Lade. Kick by Lade. In a little bit short, but it just luckily gets to Kingsley. His kick. Cockatoo Collins again. Works his man under it. No whistle. Play on. And James sees it over alongside the behind post.
Very rare to see Mark Rashuto go forward, even kick the ball short, miss his target. He's got the ability to kick the ball very, very long. That was a great switch of play. He caught it right through there. It was great play by Gavin Wanganeen. He got the ball out to Lade. And just what can you do when you switch the play to a player who can play on? Good football, Port.
Port trailing by just 11 points. It's right out in front of goal now. Rashuto too slow. Caught by Cockatoo Collins. He wanted a free kick. Play on, said the umpire.
There is a decided change in the momentum of this game. Port Adelaide just a bit sharper, wanting to make the contest. And this young player did well holding it in the area.
Fonzie's going to be a free kick there. I know he tried to kick it, but he was disposing of the ball.
You've got to give him some chance to get rid of it.
It goes goalwards for Port. Hurried kick by Caven. Not out of trouble yet. Here's Dickey. And he's been very good, Murray. I thought he was a West Indian wicketkeeper, Derek Murray. Chopped off by Bickley. Straight up the centre of the ground. And once again, the Crows could do it in one thrust forward. Jarman has it. Comes wide. Payne Johnson. Rodgeren to Shepherd. Johnson for distance. Nobody home. A goal, would you believe it?
Welcome to your Osborne Hotel.
Open 7 days.
I bought
Foster's Bottle of Baileys.
26.99.
West End Draft Cartons. 24.99. Hey.
Queen Adelaide Range.
$5.99.
Buy your Cointreau, sip and save.
34.99.
Kilawara Brew.
$7.99.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local Sip and Save.
The Crows just good enough to kick away every time Port look like mounting a challenge.
Yep, they are. The margin back to 17 points. But Port with their never-say-die attitude, and we've really seen it here at the start of this second half. Polk, a youngster in his first season, threads the ball wide. Franco. Burgoyne. Awkward half volley, but Dickey good enough. Coleman in trouble. He's lost it. Kick by Gallagher. Too long for Jarman. Here he comes, though. Look out. Applying the tackle. Wilson in heaps of bother. And Jarman says, oh, might have been a bit stiff, too. Wilson takes it quickly. Comes wide to Franco. Well, Josh Franco, he's up to 21 possessions. Burgoyne. Kingsley. Bit of a hole here. Treadray. Now, Warren Treadray needs to go back and kick confidently. This is a man who kicked 8 goals one day at Carlton.
They've moved the ball a lot better now, Port Adelaide. In the first half, they did chip the ball around and miss their target. But so far in this third term, they've found their target. Good football. Treadray's got to kick this goal.
He's kicked just 3 behinds today. 49 metres into the breeze. He's got it.
How can a humble spud help thousands of seriously ill children? Come to McDonald's during McHappy Month, and 10 cents from Australia's favourite large fries goes to help our small fry.
Look for the sign.
Show your mum just how much you care this Mother's Day with a beautiful gift from Zammels, like these diamond and precious gem rings, 3 to choose from, only $148 each. But mum's the word.
Look for the sign, the Zammels sign.
Happy Mother's Day from Zammels.
Warren Treadray, 1 goal 3, and the margin 11 points again. Port just keep coming at you. Laid, palmed the ball down and hit the ground hard. Girls?
It's in the centre with the centre bounce where Porter on top. The Crows have had trouble all year with their centre clearances, and they're having trouble again today. Port's on top in that area.
Well, interesting. Stephen Daniels is playing centre-half forward, but he's dragged Peter Caveman right out wide, and I think that's one avenue that Port Adelaide are exploiting.
Well, the 2 were on the floor when the ball came back to earth. McLeod inside the 50. Wilson done a magnificent job on Jarman today. Now, Port have the numbers here. Nick Stevens just inside the line. He balks a hand pass. That's good play up towards half forward. This is a contest. Free kick, no. The ball out. Half forward for the power.
Just saying here, Drew, their midfield Port Adelaide had plenty of football here. Franco's had 21 odd touches. Kingsley's had 17. Nick Stevens has been very good at wing. He has 15 touches as well. Wilson's had 9 on Jarman, as you said, has been very good. And Dickey's had 15, so they've got plenty of footy in their midfield.
Donald Dickey been very wasteful with his disposal, though.
But in the SANFL, you've seen Port Adelaide do this for donkey's years, haven't you? That they just never give up. It is never over until the siren. And you hate that, don't you?
True. Just watch the game and commentate what's happening down there.
You do hate it, don't you, Cornsey? Say it.
Oh.
Well,
I'm an impartial, unbiased commentator today.
Well, look at the Crows working this, but that hand pass by McLeod wasn't his best. Went behind Smart.
Yeah, they're running well, though.
Gallagher. Fierce contest. Rodman palms the ball out. It comes back to Rodman. He's right in front, 40 metres out. It's close. He likes it.
That's it, Rodman having a big influence today. Thank you, Rodman. It's his 3rd goal, but he's involved in most of the movements that go forward. If he doesn't take the ball cleanly, with little tap-outs, a little handball. Just watch, he's involved in 2 pieces of play here. Just a little tap-out to Kane Johnson, onto his feet quickly, and at the back of the pack, looking at the goals. It's a dangerous place to give him the ball because he'll make you pay every time. He's a highly skilled player for somebody who's 6'5", 6'6".
The goal Port Adelaide side didn't want.
So Robin just 6 kicks, but 3 big goals. And that's about the margin in the game. Back at 17 points. Franco had it a fair while. Kingsley. Deep inside the 50. Cockatoo Collins with a leap from nowhere. At the front, good one. Good pickup. Oh, great play, Bickley. McLeod starting to look a little bit ominous here. It was about this time last week where they were in a contest against the Swans and then busted it wide open.
Oh, that's good.
Got to be 50. Has to be.
Oh, the umpire's going to be very generous if he doesn't pay that. Watch this. He's tackled him. He's thought about it.
On the lead, Stevens.
And as he's done so well in these last couple of weeks, led at the right time, hit the ball strongly, took the ball in front of his eyes, spoiling defender Stephen Paxman, no chance of reaching it even.
Yeah, the Crows just had 5 possessions out of deep in their back line, and not one Port Adelaide player touched the football. Their use of the football today has been absolutely fantastic, been terrific.
And I think if we looked at the number of entries into the 50-metre, I think they'd be very similar.
They've kicked 2 goals each this quarter. This could make a big difference. Mark Stevens right in front. No problem.
Well, here it is. The next generation Magna.
Impressive.
There's more drive ahead and legroom than Falcon. And plenty of space for the whole family. And the new 3.5-litre V6 generates the same power as the Commodore's 3.8. So, technology, security, space, and power. When you think about it, choosing any other family car would be, illogical.
New Magna 3.5, the next generation. It is Mitsubishi.
Margin now 23 points.
And David Gallagher as a rover or a midfield player having an influence in this quarter for the Crows.
Pittman up very high. It comes out to Gallagher. He is a great acquisition for the Crows. Smart over the top to Bickley. Bickley on the run. Bridge at his back. Another one.
Well, that's the sign of a man who knows the ground. He's played since 1991 for the Crows, many games on Football Park. So it's 173rd game for the Crows, and streaming from the forward line, streaming into the forward line from defence, you realise anywhere within 55 metres, with any breeze at your back, you can give it a ride, and that's good, efficient use of the football. Mark Bickley, local knowledge prevailing.
Graham, I'll tell you what, they don't need a full forward this side, the Adelaide Crows. They've had 9 goal scorers out of 12 goals. It just shows you, they've won the back-to-back premierships, probably on their way to maybe even 3 in a row. You don't need a full forward. They share the ball around so well.
Matty Bode onto the ground, into the forward line for Port Adelaide.
Replacing Brewer. Brewer with 8 touches today. Port go forward. A slight fumble there by Dew, costly. And here come the Crows again. Caven very wide this time to the wing.
And again, Port Adelaide, apart from those first 2 goals, they just cannot penetrate through half forward. And sometimes, Neil Curley on the boundary.
McLeod's not on his game today. It's just not quite right. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's suffering from the flu or something, but he's just not quite sharp.
I think it's Gavin Wanganeen too, Curls. They're matching up on each other, and they may be negating each other.
Gallagher can't quite take the mark this time. Picked up at full tilt by Bode. Free kick to the Crows. And you can hear the roar. The crowd paid the free kick for Caven.
Well, it's a Crows home game, and they predominate in the crowd. We thought at one stage these showdowns would generate a 50-50 crowd, but it's still pretty much one-sided.
Sure sounded like it then. Nigel Smart inside the 50 and getting back is Laid to take the mark. Midway through the 3rd term, 77-48, 12-5 to 6 goals 12.
They just keep going wide the Port Adelaide side. They've got to come down the corridor to give themselves opportunities. They've got no hope going out wide.
This is Warren Treadray now. I'm not sure whether he's playing at the moment. We've got Shea Collins at full forward.
And Murray.
I think the Adelaide defenders have run forward and run them out of position, though.
Gavin Wanganeen into the breeze. Can he run and bounce at the length of the ground? Wilson slipping away from Jarman. But he's not going to hurt you from deep back there. Up towards centre wing. Good lead by Paxman.
He started to run, Stephen Paxman.
Back to Wilson. Now he could start hurting because he's left Jarman behind. And the kick to centre half forward. Daniels in the chop. Smart got a hand to it. Cockatoo Collins, well done. Then he tried to beat too many of them. Off toward Gallagher. He's a wonderful player. McLeod, well, he's already proven. Stevens, Mark Stevens, keeps it low. Bond on Bond.
Oh, in the back. The umpire said you'd pushed him. He said, that's what I used to do in the backyard. We never got a free kick then. It's not a bad tackle. It's a pretty tough decision, really.
Free kick taken by Troy. Very wide, too wide for Stevens. That does make it hard for the parents. Who do you barrack for? You just hope that both of them get through the game unscathed, I suppose.
There's been a brief occasion when Matthew Robin's been on Jonathan Robin too.
Here goes Bond, and he bounces through.
Tuesday, the tricks to making a garden compost.
They'll recycle about 60% of your household and garden waste.
And whip up a delicious Cuban specialty.
Light, lean, taste sensational.
Better Homes and Gardens, Tuesday, 7:30.
It's all about the great Australian dream.
Finding the perfect home
Well, our dream has gone slightly south.
is one of life's biggest challenges.
Oh, they're going to be really big pigs.
Hot Properties starts Tuesday on 7.
Well,
I'd suggest that's the nail in the coffin.
well, out with the breeze. I suppose Port could steam home with 9 in the last quarter or something. But they did get to within 11 points earlier this quarter. Nick Stevens' hand pass. Kingsley quickly on to Bode. He goes very wide. And he does look good, Murray. Derek Murray, playing just his second game in the AFL.
Matthew Bode's run on strongly. Great running, Matthew Bode.
Oh, tied him out. Oh, he didn't have any strength in the legs. Murray popped it to the pocket. Cockatoo Collins.
Well, they made hard work of it, but it was just the sheer presence of numbers that drove the ball forward. They were able to make the mistake, steady, recover. And just the extra running of Matthew Bode providing the extra player who was unmarked across half forward allowed them to get the ball to Shea Cockatoo Collins.
Let's not forget the Crows have been playing together for a long time now, and Port Adelaide only their third season. They've had plenty of footy today, and don't write Port Adelaide off in a couple of years' time. They're a very, very good side.
Well, I suppose if he can actually convert this goal...
A sniff, you reckon, Cornsey?
You still have a sniff, don't you? You wouldn't give up with the breeze at your back.
This for his third, and he's got it.
He's fallen in love with a doctor who's hiding a secret.
And that gives you the right to know my private life.
But now the truth about her mum is out.
Did you know it's genetic? So don't tell me that you'll support me.
Tuesday is the night for All Saints on 7. Their client accused of murder.
I didn't kill him. The baby's death was immediate.
And their only defense, the same dirty tactic.
Kid's father, maybe he killed his son.
That's putting the firm's future in jeopardy. The Practice, Tuesday, 9:30.
Well, maybe a sniff of a chance. 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and an important goal for Port. Juggled around in the middle. Bickley's kick smothered. And the umpire will ball it up again. Yes, last week they led by only 11 points at half-time against the Swans and went on to win by 81, so it was all second-half stuff. And for a while there, it was looking like a repeat here today, Hawk.
Yeah, it certainly was, Drew, no doubt about that. And just watching that centre bounce there, it looks like Gavin Wangley starting on his own and McLeod down the other end on his own as well.
Jarman, brilliant. Edwards, not quite. Colvin left it behind, which was a shame because he did pretty well.
Yeah, that's not fair, is it?
Gallagher, he has been very impressive. Young David Gallagher, a 19-year-old. Wilson goes along the ground. Out of bounds will do him.
Yeah, Jared Polton, he looked like he was going to have the goal scored against him then, but he just kept persisting, made the play, and in the end the football god smiled on him because the ball came back to Port Adelaide.
Pittman beats Lade and spins out of the tackle. Hey, this will be some sort of a goal, just offline.
Well, unusually, too, for the way this game has gone, Malcolm Blight's left David Pittman on for the majority of this quarter.
Just talking about their bench at the moment, I mean, last week we had Brett Burton come and did a terrific job on Wayne Swats, cut him right out of the game. Has not come on the ground yet. Just shows you what sort of depth the Adelaide Crows certainly have in their team.
But they've controlled the game on the scoreboard at least. There's been no obvious playmaker for Port Adelaide, and their forward line hasn't looked too bad, which is the other option for Brett Burton.
Hard work on the track for Brett Burton next week on that.
Tomorrow, I'd suggest.
Yeah.
Kicked by Paxman, thumped by Pittman. Well, it's 5 straight kicks, and yet it's 19 scoring shots each. And if things all of a sudden start going right for Port, in the last quarter with the breeze, who knows? I haven't written them off yet.
No, well, you wouldn't, because the scoreboard is not as bad as it looks. It's just 5 goals, or less than 5 goals.
Burgoyne, shepherded by Dew. Burgoyne now in a bit of space, but Eccles, Nick Stevens kept it going forward. Oh, well played, Murray. Kick the goal now, son. And he has.
Oh, dear me. This kid has been electric.
A second gamer. We're talking about Derek Murray, a 19-year-old from Lavington in Victoria. What a goal.
Well, there was 2 of them there, outnumbered. Peter Burgoyne making the movement forward. But it doesn't matter how you get it forward. Nick Stevens contesting and Murray trapping. It looks up, goes. I'm inside 50. I can kick it. And that's exactly what he needs. And the margin is just 24 points. Port Adelaide coming home with the breeze. Anything could happen.
Looked like Nick Stevens looked for the handball there, but no, he decided to kick the goal. He kicked the goal. Good decision by young Murray.
Well, you do look for the handball when
you do.
Well,
it was probably on, but
inside 50, kick the goal.
Port have won in the middle. Gallagher a little fumble, and it could be costly yet. Well, he's going to get a free.
Gee, he's been very impressive. He's been basically playing as a rover in the centre of the ground.
Free kick taken deep inside the 50. Wanganeen gets back there. Got a quiet day for the
contest. Great contest.
Just 7 possessions, but a brilliant player to watch. Kicked by Wanganeen towards centre wing. Burgoyne got a hand to it. Here's Gallagher again. And smothered by Kingsley. It comes to Jarman. A lot happening in there. Tap back by Stevens. Mead looking for the line. Jarman followed up.
Gee, that's a good tackle too.
Holding the ball.
Oh, that is disgraceful. That is a disgraceful. What opportunity did he have to get rid of it?
He's laughing too, Darren.
Well, he's smiling about it.
You've got no idea.
The arm pin.
He couldn't go nowhere.
It's a shot. It's got to be a throw, surely.
Free kick to Kingsley. Bode. And that's a throw in near centre wing. Who was the culprit then? Just for the record, the umpires, Andrew Coates, umpire of the year last year, Scroop and Burton. Girls?
Well, I know Jarman is a very talented player, but he would have had to be an absolute magician.
Yep.
I tell you what, the tempo of the game is lifted, though. The players are throwing themselves in desperately. Port Adelaide have got a sniff, make no mistake about this. And the Crows sense the challenge. The close stuff when the ball is on the ground has been fiercely desperate.
Port have kicked the last 2 goals. The margin was 35 points at about the 20-minute mark of this third quarter. Well played, Treadray. Burgoyne.
That's clever.
He looks for Murray, and why wouldn't you after that last goal? Not this time, though. Good tackle, Cockatoo Collins. Dew drives off the ground. Cockatoo Collins again. Bassett. What a contest. A ball up on the 50.
Well, that's what you come to see, isn't it? A fierce contest, and Benny Hart very good across half-back. Bruce Abernathy?
Yeah, Brendan Lade's got a little bit of a twist in his knee. He's just come off to have a bit of a look and heading down the rooms right now, but he should be able to have a chance to get back on later in the game.
Another classy touch by Gallagher. Back to Rasciuto. Centre wing. French did well.
Did very well.
Dickey centering ball to Bode. He's got further players across the ground. He's a bit too slow to sight them.
Yeah, he was just on his wrong leg. He just couldn't get the ball to him.
Kick by Bode. Stevens on the forward line. illegal against Eccles.
He went for the body before he attacked the ball, and it was a beautiful kick. Just needed to attack the ball.
Now Kane Johnson over the top to Bickley. Right half-back flank for the Crows. We've got just 2 minutes remaining to three-quarter time. And 4 goals the difference. Crows in front. Bode. Oh, into the centre corridor. If the Crows get it, this could be dangerous. Breeze at their back. Edwards the hand pass to McLeod. The last man you want to have it. Out to Robin. He might be the second last because he's kicked 3.
He's definitely the only man you'd want outside 50.
He Bode done all the hard work there, the young fella, and he did all the hard work, and he looked for Gavin Wang there for the handball. It wasn't quite there. He should have kicked the ball long.
There was no option. He was on his right foot, not his his left foot. But Matthew Robin, a magnificent kick of the football. He's going to kick from outside 50.
Put away your glasses.
This is the preferred spot on the ground. Look at that.
Well, I always thought that you had to take your new car back to the dealer to get it serviced. But this friend of mine said that she gets hers serviced at UltraTune. They use all of the right parts and the price is fixed. Hey, they sound pretty good to me.
Chance to catch our breath here. 20 scoring shots against 20 scoring shots, but it's 90 to 60. Franco, due. Hand pass didn't have enough on it. Oh, Gallagher just rising in stature the further this game goes. Pittman, good use of the body, hit his opponent out of the way. Prosciutto back to half. Sits up for Gallagher. Can't stop getting the ball.
Well,
now they've lost it. Paxman. Cockatoo Collins. Treadray playing the role of Rover. Into Bode. He wants 6. 35 out. Close. Just offline.
Just look at both sides so far today. The difference has been Matthew Robin down at centre-half forward. They've been the kicking target for the Adelaide Crows from down. He's kicked 4 goals. On the other hand, Port Adelaide had no one really up on their half-forward line. They relied on Treadray to come up the ground all the time. That's where they've lost this game, at centre-half forward.
But their ground-level players across half-forward have made a good contest and perhaps kept them in the game.
Straight up the middle. That's a magnificent kick, and what a mark by Bickley. And this could set up a goal. 30 seconds remaining for the quarter. Jarman with Wilson. Clever disposal. Bond, good hands. Oh, McLeod. Hope it goes through. But unfortunately, it doesn't score. It's into the behind post on the full.
It's a couple of good movements with good safe hands. Mark Bickley in the centre. Running play from Eccles. Troy Bond had to attack the ball. It wasn't an easy one to take. And Andrew McLeod looked like the left foot check side kick Dougie. Yeah,
he certainly did, Graham. It just shows you how clean they are when they go forward. They come from full back there, and 5 touches, not one Port Adelaide guy touched it again.
Siren might beat them here. Close to the line, Wilson. Oh, it stayed in.
Stayed in.
Prosciutto.
Oh, dangerous too.
Awkward for Bickley. The siren just sounds as Jarman was setting himself to try a mark. Well, what a quarter that was. Port came back to it in 11 points. The Crows ripped it out to a 35-point lead. Port still hanging in there. It's 29 points at the moment.
There's Mark Williams. There's Darren Jarman. Certainly lifted his work rate in this third term.
Well, I'll tell you what,
fairly quiet.
That's a great contest. He and Michael Wilson. That's worth coming to see. Michael Wilson's been at him. Darren Jarman's still done some amazingly skillful thing. He's limping slightly. I wonder what that is the result of.
I'd give him a spell if he's not right. Too important to keep him out in the track.
Well, the game is not over, though, and he's probably one of the key Crow players. Well, he is just the 1 goal today. Well, I think this the first goal of the second quarter, the last quarter, is going to be very important.
Well, they're 5 goals behind, coming home with the breeze, Port.
Honey, sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike.
Dad!
Huh? Who's up for a sandwich?
And Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Here's a family who wants to enhance their outdoor living area and add value to their home with a new deck and garden. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
40-tooth blade, the more teeth on the blade, the finer the cut. So the tooth.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
Oh, what's here?
The Pizza Haven Big Serve. 2 large pizzas and a Black Forest cake, all for $18.95 delivered.
If you reckon tennis is hard, you should try doing it in a wheelchair. That's why Pizza Haven is donating $1 from every Big Serve to assist athletes with disabilities. These guys are champions. They deserve your support.
For your Pizza Haven, call up Pizza Haven tonight.
Planning your retirement or taking a redundancy package? Then you need expert advice from Goldsborough Financial Services. Their team of highly qualified professionals can help secure your financial future, and your first appraisal is free. You can't go wrong.
Show you care about saving lives. Look out for your Heart Week appeal in your letterbox soon, or call 1300 301 165 to donate.
Can you hear that? Hear what? That.
Nothing's tougher than hard yakka.
Traction control, sports mode transmission, and a powerful new 3.5-litre V6 engine, new Magna Sports will give you the ride of your life.
It is Mitsubishi. What could a dog be saying to you? Find out how you can read a dog's tail. And 2 sunburned little pigs. And the simple cure, if Harry can catch them.
Stick with dogs and cats and everything else but pigs.
Harry's Practice.
Then, tonight at 7.
Do you like fish?
Yeah.
Whether they're going fishing with Rex, thank you very much, or going head-to-head with giants, anything can happen. Do you have any pets?
Some goldfish that are dead.
Kids Speak, tonight at 7 on 7.
And back at Football Park, and look at Mark Williams going for it at the last change. They're a chance. They're 29 down and coming home with the breeze. But he's really getting the message across to his boys.
There's a young Derek Murray too, and Derek Murray was very, very good in that quarter.
And here's the score at the last change, and the scoring shots about level, but Adelaide with a big break, 90-61. It's 14-6 to 8-13.
7 Sport hope you're enjoying this match as part of the 1999 Coca-Cola AFL Premiership season.
Now, if you don't wish to know the scores in other games around the country, because replay is coming up later, look away now. Hart.
Thanks, Drew. Well, in a good position, but the job still has to be done.
Oh, yeah, we're just not quite using that ball through the midfield. We certainly got back into it and started getting the ball, but Malcolm just wants a little bit better execution, and we think we can kick some goals quickly.
And I think Pittman's effort in ruck that last 10 minutes was better for you.
It certainly started to change it, didn't he? Started to jump very honestly in the middle, and that's one thing that we're very strong about.
Good luck. Thank you, Drew.
Thanks, girls. Well, we've had a nervous dad up here all day. Chad Corn's got a run for, I reckon, about 7 minutes.
Yeah. At best, Drew.
Wasn't credited with a possession, and he's back on the bench to start this last quarter.
They're keeping him fresh, Drew. He's the secret weapon, I think.
Well, they've come forward, Drew. We said before, they've come forward.
They've put Brendan Lade to full forward now just to give him that extra marking presence and help. But you'd have to watch that line up pretty quickly. Bruce Abernathy.
Yeah, Mark Williams drew two big lines right down the middle of the whiteboard. That sums it up. If they can keep it in the middle and get the first couple of goals, I think they're half a chance, boys.
Well, they could well be. Certainly been the scoring end towards the right-hand side. 29 points the deficit going into the last half hour of football.
Derek Murray in the centre of the ground on young Gallagher too.
And French goes up against Pittman. Pittman down to Bickley, who's getting stronger the game goes. The Crow skipper. Robrin goes off the ground. He's kicked 4 straight today. And crunching through a terrific play there by Polton. And kept it going. Up over the wing. Polton kept it going again.
Well done, Jared Polton. He's just pushed the ball forward.
It comes through to French. He's wrapped up in a good tackle for a ball up.
Very good, Polton. I saw him in the first game against Sydney. He was very unlucky to get dropped because a couple of players came back into their side. He's been very good again today.
He's just running straight at it and hard. No regard for the player coming the other way. He just hits straight through it.
Gallagher and Murray will be a great matchup in this last quarter. Oh, youngsters. Here goes Burgoyne for a goal. An important opening goal to this term, and I think he's got it.
Well, the first one was critical. The first one was absolutely critical. And Peter Burgoyne, who hasn't had an extremely busy day today, that was his 16th possession, his 11th kick. He's had 5 handballs, but a very valuable goal. The first one going with the breeze was always going to give Port Adelaide some momentum. Now we have a contest, Dougie.
He certainly do. He read that ball beautifully, Mick. He come from nowhere to pick that ball up. That is the start they needed, Drew. Don't you help that? They're right in the game here.
And the umpire sending the runner off the ground.
David Arnfield does incur the wrath of the crowd from time to time.
Well, we saw the Kangaroos fined for having runners all over the place last week.
But you are allowed to have two runs. You are allowed to have runners. Bruce Abernathy, what did you make of that?
I was just talking about Mark Williams. I saw where he was talking to Derek Murray in the break. He basically put it on the young man to have a go back himself. If he runs around the defender won't catch him. So he's backed Derek Murray to kick some goals.
Clever hand pass by Bickley over the top to Smart. That's not a bad kick into the breeze. Won't quite get there. Bond on Bond. Somehow, Port get it out. Wilson, his job on Jarman has been crucial. Jarman hasn't had all that much of the football. 7 kicks and just 1 goal. But here he comes now.
Well, nothing is impossible with Darren Jarman, but he'll go short. Oh, that's magnificently picked up by Matthew Robrin.
And back to Smart. Standing start kick. Comes underneath the pack. Bond, back he goes. Johnson left it behind. Wanganane's got it. Had plenty of space in front. Wanganane's up towards centre wing. Burgoyne, who kicked the first goal of this last term. He turns them inside out into Nick Stevens. The kick by Stevens. Cockatoo Collins.
Well, just whipped out of defence. Gavin Wanganeen, he hasn't had a big day. Pounced on that ball, whipped it forward, and some clever movement. Nick Burgoyne, Stevens, and this is a great mark. Jay Cockatoo Collins, Simon Goodwin right with him. And he got the elevation, he got the ball in front of his eyes and his hands just like a vice.
First time they've used the ball from the back line without Adelaide touching it. Adelaide's probably done it 10 times. It's probably their first time today. Good football by Port.
So Cockatoo Collins for his 4th. And this will bring the crowd to life if he can kick this. Breeze behind. Oh, not a good kick. A real wobbler.
Well, you just can't do that. The pressure of the game of football, and he's an experienced man. Curls?
Yeah, I think for the Crows to win this football match, they have to score 3 goals this quarter.
Well, there you go. What if Port score 9, Curls?
They have to score 9. They can't do that.
Franco. Oh, double fisted. Trebre.
Oh,
he's got it.
It's a goal.
crazy, but this largely Crows fan crowd are going a bit quiet at the moment. 17 points the margin here. They come again. Burgoyne, after Murray's hand pass. Burgoyne's kick very wide. Caven. Oh, that's good. McLeod just behind the wing.
Danger.
Not a great kick by Andy McLeod.
Holds him.
Did well. And Stevens. Back to Polk. Awkward old kick. It's out of bounds.
Yeah, see, the first instinct from Nick Stevens was to look wide to the loose player. He could have punched the ball to the 15-20-metre mark in front of the square.
Interesting that Jared Schofield's back out there. We thought he must have been injured. He's been off for about 2 quarters.
He certainly has, Drew, and no doubt in that third term, David Pittman took over the game, but Barnaby French, to his credit, has fought back in this fourth quarter. He's certainly got his hand to plenty of those knockouts, particularly in the centre bounce, which give those midfielders every opportunity to get the ball forward for Port Adelaide.
Schofield, I'm not sure how much game time he's had, but he's had just 3 touches. Stevens. Kingsley in a bit of trouble. Murray. Oh, beautiful play, son. Well, it was too good for Schofield. He's just having a shocker. Stevens. Cockatoo Collins has kicked 3. He waited that time, and Goodwin took it away from him. Smart. And back on. Johnson wide. Mead applying the tackle. The ball still loose. Comes to Robrin. Robrin approaches the 50. Through the Seagulls he goes. A long kick to the goal square. Mark Stevens is there. No mark. Hurried kick out of defence, but still not out of danger. They want another kick off the ground, and they get it. Barnaby.
Barnaby.
Oh, he's playing effectively, Barnaby. This is a tense game of football. Simon Goodwin at the other end of the ground attacked the ball fiercely, and Jay Cockatoo Collins trying to body him. That's what caused the turnover.
Knocked on by Eccles. Inside the 50.
Here's the man.
Oh, Wanganeen to set up. Kingsley's kick out on the full. 17 points the margin, but it's 14 goals, 6 Adelaide, 10-13 Port. So 20 scoring shots the Crows, 23 Port, but the Crows lead. Bickley to Smart. He has a week to set up. Oh, look at that. A little dance around the man. He beats French, but misses.
I tell you what, Nigel Smart playing on a wing. He hasn't played too much football there. He's been very, very good today. 13th possession, Neil Curley.
I don't know if you noticed up there, boys, but the breeze has dropped, and that's not going to help Port Power.
Well, there's some smoke in the background, Curls, that you can't see, and it's just hanging in the sky, so that probably suggests what you say is correct.
I just reckon Port Adelaide midfield certainly are on top at the moment. I reckon Brett Burton hasn't had a run yet. I reckon he's could be an opportunity maybe to come on and give him some leg power in the midfield. Got to give him a go sooner or later.
Johnson wrapped up in the tackle. So we've got about 14 and a quarter minutes remaining here, and 3 straight kicks the difference. The first 3 showdowns were all close. The last one last year was a real blowout, the Crows winning by 74, but the first 3 were 11, 7 and 9 points. This could nearly get down to that. Gallagher goes off the ground. He's been very good, particularly after half-time.
You'd like to see Gavin Wanganeen maybe go forward, but as I look inside 50 there, it's Andrew McLeod. You've got to leave Wanganeen in there, but if it wasn't McLeod going inside 50 and playing on the ball, that could be an option there for Mark Williams.
Yes, but I think Gavin Wanganeen is the one player who could really cut the game apart.
Wilson up to centre wing. He put it out in front, said, go on, sprint after that. And Donald Dickey did. Franco there as well, and a ball up centre wing.
Well, Ben Hardy was under all sorts of pressure there. We had Gavin Wanganeen back in defence, but Donald Dickey leading in the race, but Ben Hart just able to stay with him, nudge him out of it, and good enough to tie up Josh Franco when the ball came back.
Commitment for both sides. Commitment's been fantastic today, particularly in close, in tight. They've been absolutely great. It looks like Burton warming up now.
Franco. He's had a great day, Josh, but this one floats out of bounds on the full. Franco's had 25.
Yeah.
Actually, he was nearly to that at half-time. I reckon he was 18 and 19 at half-time.
I agree with you, Drew.
And Troy Bond coming off, so Brett Burton will go to the forward pocket. This is going to be an interesting contest because you could suggest Shane Bond a little bit short and Stephen Daniels. Perhaps the immediate match-up for Brett Burton standing to the interchange bench.
Crows free kick here to Pittman. He takes it quickly by glove. Ben Hart to the 50. Robbering up very high. Kingsley, best and fairest from last year. Kick by Kingsley to half forward. They want to mark. Bassett a good punch. Oh, hands. Ben Hart. But he's given it up.
Yes.
Tread Ray. Franco again.
Going through it by himself.
Dew. Oh, there's no one there. James. Eccles. Rashudo. And that turnover could be very, very costly. Rashudo to half forward. Robin.
That's magnificent disposal. Mike Rashudo bouncing the ball through the centre. Everybody was looking for the long option. But Matthew Robin made good position and just put it nicely on his chest. Well, maybe just in front of his chest.
Good size punisher, Cornsey. Good size punisher. When you make mistakes like that before Adelaide, they do punish you, and Adelaide's done it all day today.
Indeed.
Class opposition.
And Matthew Robin for his 5th. 18 points the difference. Oh, he's kicked it a mile. What a goal.
You can get it dipping. You can get it chipping. You can get it having a row. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter. You can get it lumping. You can get it thumping. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
Well, that's the Crows' first goal of this final term. It took 11 and a half minutes. Curls reckons they'll wrap it up as they kick 3. So might need a few more. Burgoyne just couldn't quite grab it in the middle. Spills out the back. Kingsley. Still working hard, Adam Kingsley.
Well, I guess it's still only 24 points. It's 4 straight kicks with a slight breeze. Nigel Smart, he loves playing on the wing, doesn't he?
Well, it's better than being on the bench.
Here he goes again.
Can you believe it? Nigel Smart, an All-Australian, runner-up on the best and fairest, represented Australia and Ireland last year, started on the bench. Wanganeen at half-back. Oh, look at the space here. Nick Stevens.
Great vision.
Stevens can take it a mile up towards the 50. Go direct. Wilson trying to shepherd, and the kick's disappointing. Out on the full.
And Josh Franco being interchanged and Shane Brewer coming onto the bench.
Well, Franco's second half not as good as his first. Eccles the hand pass to Hart. Hart a long kick to Bickley, a beautiful kick. And Bickley towards Jarman. Here's another goal coming up. The hand pass away is good. Popped over the top, and Stevens gets it.
Have you ever seen a case of misusing the ball at one end of the ground and being punished when the opposition team whips it away down? Adelaide just providing the running option on the other side of the ground on the switch play. They switched it, used the ball beautifully, and Darren Jarman, he could have kicked the goal himself. He gave it to Brett Burton. He could have kicked it. Mark Stevens perhaps took a little bit long there.
It just tells a tale. You called it all down, man. You just turned the footy over so many times. And, mate, they're a class opposition. They just punish it. Every time you make a blue, they punish it. Every time.
So Brett Burton getting his first touch. The hand pass that set up the goal, but he was just part of the chain. It's now a 5-goal break.
And Matthew Bowes on the interchange bench.
Where's young Cornsey?
Keep looking for that number 30. Oh, here we go, number 35 coming up to the bench.
10 minutes remaining in this game, and a 5-goal deficit. Curls?
Yeah, Drew, young Matty Robin, uncertain whether he was going to play today, did not know until he arrived on the ground if he would be fit enough.
What was the reason, Curls?
A stomach gastric.
Yeah, he's kicked 5 goals, 5 straight.
Remember Stephen Kernahan in the State of Origin game in Perth, the same because he was sick all night, all morning, played in the game and was absolutely best on the ground.
Are you saying starting to give more a pill?
No, I'm just saying you can never predict.
Oh, Burgoyne was great in there.